Greetings, viewers, players, myself, I guess. Welcome to the first episode of Tales of Witternacht, the Tale of Cybil's Spear. I'm Silver. I will be your storyteller this evening. And with me are our esteemed players, which I will let introduce themselves, starting with Pope.
Oh, not me. I don't want to go first.
There's no give backs. You got to go.
All right. Well, my name's Pope. I play one on twitch.tv/the Super Space Pope, and I will be playing the character of Vault today. I like lifting weights and video games and stuff.
All right. AJ.
Hi, everyone. My name is AJ, and I play Zedri in this campaign. I am an avid comic book collector, and I also love art. That's me.
Conrad.
I'm Conrad. I will be playing Salinas this evening, and I am a fan of live theater and performance, as well as a lot of other nerdy stuff like this.
Jeff.
I'm Jeff. I will be playing a character named Yofrieder. I enjoy working on cars, and because of that, I'm actually working as a mechanic right now.
Destin.
Hey yo, I'm Dustin. I'm playing Alfred tonight. I'm a rock climber and I work as a baker.
And last but certainly not least, Ernie.
Hi, I'm Ernie. I like long walks on the beach and playing Dungeons and Dragons, and I will be playing Kiesel.
And despite that opening, you will not be playing a bard. All right. We'll meet everybody's characters a little more in detail in a moment. But first, let's start off with a little bit of background here on this channel. I'm hoping to do this once and not have to repeat this every time we do one of these. But Tales of Witternacht is the product of years of world building by yours truly, which led to a Reddit LFG post back in spring of 2021. And from that post, 2 campaigns set out into the world of Witternacht, one of which featured 5 of the 6 characters you'll see tonight. They survived a shipwreck, pirates, cultists, and trapped holy places to make their way to their original destination, only to find themselves trapped in an astral den of nightmares called the Dreamer's End Tavern. It was there that they met the 6th member of this crew, Voltavius, who joined the party in their efforts to escape. In escaping the tavern, found the party split, requiring an eventual reunion in the free city of Six Bells, where they had some time to recover and process what had transpired. Which brings us to tonight, our first live stream of our story. Pause for applause. Nothing? Okay. So what began as a group of strangers looking for a game of D&D now finds, presumptively, I'll say 7 friends playing live, sharing our story with you, the viewers. And I feel like if you enjoy it even half as much as we do, we should all be in for a great night of entertainment. So, few housekeeping items before we get started. First, it's an actual live play D&D 5th edition game being conducted on Fantasy Grounds VTT and Discord for voice and video. Cannot forget our music and ambiance presented by Sirenscape Tabletop Audio. Great products between all of these, and want to thank all the people behind the scenes, all the creators and stuff that put together these awesome products to help make our game that much more enjoyable. And also, lest he be forgotten, give a special shout out to AJ for his terrific character art that you will see on screen this evening. And without further ado, let our tale begin. Our tale tonight begins in a seemingly abandoned warehouse in the Flame District of the Free City of Six Bells. A click, and a creak as the front door of the building eeks open, revealing 5 individuals at the door. A young male fireheart kneels at the height of the lock, gazing inside at the rest of his compatriots. Alfred, please describe your character for everybody.
Yeah, kneeling down, you'll see a ruby-skinned, moderately heighted individual with sort of rough-hewn brown padded armor all around. On his waistband is a large metal hammer, and in his hands have a small set of keys and lockpicks that bear the crest of his hometown. He has orange horns that end in yellow tips, and big, large padded gloves with red pats on them.
As Alfred smiles at the success of his lockpicking skills, another young fireheart with purple-hued skin places an assurant hand on his left shoulder. Zedri, please describe your character for everybody.
Yeah. So Zedri putting his hand on Alfred's shoulder, from his messy mop of purple hair, you see that he has 2 obsidian horns that kind of come out to a point. He has fiery eyes and lavender skin, and stands at a very specific 5'10" and a half. He's bundled in a red scarf, kind of situated in his leather vest, a whip at his side, and a shield on his arm, as he kind of flexes his fingers nervously over a wooden staff in his hand.
As the 2 firehearts quickly gaze back, getting some sort of a signal, they look back and cautiously creep into the dusty room before them, and their absence revealing a young male halfling. Vault, please describe your character for everybody.
So I play Voltavius, and I am a green-eyed, brown-haired, kind of young 20s, about 3'5" for a halfling. That's kind of tall, roguish and well-dressed, kind of dapper halfling male, with a small cane at his side, and on his back is a light crossbow.
As Voltavius begins searching the room for traps, male satyr strolls into the room using his magics to check for other magic in the room. Salinas, please describe your character.
Yes, Salinas is a shorter satyr with a mop of curly brown hair cascading over his curled horns. He's wearing a nice padded green and green coat with a fur collar and cuffs over a very lightly embroidered blue armored vest. And at the moment, as he looks around for magic, his eyes are glowing a brilliant white.
And with everyone else entering the room, a male human steps inside behind them, slowly pulling the door shut and cringing at the click of the lock. Kiesel, please describe your character.
I am a modest 5'10" human male, very with a breastplate on, just some regular steel, 2 daggers at my side, bag full of javelins on my hip, and the identifying glaive in my hands, with fingerless gloves too, and a cape. Not to forget the cape as well, just a ragged cape.
A party of 5 find themselves standing in the middle of a 20-foot square room, lightly covered in dust, with a desk and a few counters scattered about. What do you do?
All right, I got it open. Just everyone be quiet.
Oh shit!
Yes, of course.
The door lock. Oh god. Oh, the door locked.
Alfred will look around before he opens the door. about a quarter way and takes his first step into the room. As he goes along, Alfred wants to be careful about like not tripping on anything, making sure that there's nothing like either a stone or something that could give away something.
Okay.
Do I sense any magic?
No senses of magic in the room. Everything seems to be clean.
Right. I don't sense any kind of magic traps in the way. Would you like me to send Galfrank to scout ahead?
Yes. Have the kitty take a look ahead. We should check for any sort of like trap doors or latches in the floorboard. Maybe there's something.
The room seems a bit peculiar based off the instructions you were given that this was the access point you're supposed to go through. But looking around the room, 20 foot by 20 foot abandoned shop is what it appears to be. There is a counter off to your left as you come through the door, some odds and ends, a torch hanging on the wall, bookcases and different shelves in different places around the room, but no other doors that you can see.
Alfred will go up and light the candle on the wall. Kiesel, are you sure that you got the right place? This doesn't seem right, I think.
Please just take a look for any sort of hidden entrances, and I'll try to start making my way like behind the counter. Are there any sort of like? Can I try to feel for any trapdoors or anything like that?
Yeah, I'd like to help him with that. Is there any way we can check for
Yeah.
them?
Yeah. All right, so Kiesel, you go around the counter, checking around. Can't find any sort of triggers on the counter itself. Nothing in the floor that seems to indicate any sort of, honestly, doesn't indicate any sort of activity like anybody's been back here. But as you all are quickly searching the floor, searching the walls, trying to find any source of activity, you can tell that there is a trail of footprints that lead straight towards a bookcase on the wall.
I'd like to check the bookcase for traps.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay.
Yeah, first roll.
Woo! It's a 3.
Oof.
But that becomes an 11.
Oh no.
You don't find any sign of any traps on the bookcase. Everything seems to be pretty kosher. It definitely seems not trapped, but that it's movable in some way. But any attempts you make to try and budge it, it doesn't move.
Fair enough.
Just there's signs like maybe it is scraped across the floor at some point.
But there has to be a book. It's one of them, right? It's one that makes the least amount of sense to be on this shelf.
Whatever happens, I think Zedri should maybe give it a wide berth. Just in case.
Okay, Zedri's just gonna back up against the wall, kind of bump into where like the torch is, and probably try to make sure that it's still hanging up and it doesn't fall and catch anything.
Okay, so you're backing up against what? What are we touching? Sorry, I missed something there.
Against the wall with the torch.
Okay.
Just trying to like stay away from
Okay.
bookshelf.
Right.
And what is everybody attempting to do while Zedri's backing up against the wall?
Can we investigate it? Is there any way we can...
What do you want to investigate?
Is there a mechanism that looks like it... Like, can we find a mechanism or anything that looks like it's been more touched or moved or messed with than other areas of the bookshelf? Like, in the stereotypical way, like, is there a book that we got to pull
Gotcha.
on it, or, you know?
You can give me an investigation check.
Sure. Let's see if this one's better. Nope, no better.
Whew.
I'm rolling awesome today. Let's get him out of the way.
Wow.
Your passive perception, you don't pick up like the sign that anything's been moved, and then investigating it further, you still don't find anything that indicates that there's anything about the bookcase that would cause the bookcase to move. As you are scanning over this, and Kiesel continuing to aid you in your research, looking over top of the halfling in front of him, Zedri, as he's squishing up against the wall, slips a little bit, putting his hand up to brace his fall, grabs the torch, and the bookcase comes sliding, pops open, and comes sliding towards you, Vault.
Shit.
Genius, everybody. I'm so proud that went so quickly this time.
Well, no accounting for dumb luck, right?
Oh, no, I thought that was intentional.
Absolutely purposeful.
I wouldn't have expected any less.
Right.
So looking through what is left behind the bookcase, you see a long stairwell extending down into darkness. Those of you with dark vision can tell that it goes about 25 feet down and ends at a doorway. It's about 3 feet wide corridor going down.
So do you want to grab that torch, one that isn't bolted to the wall, and bring it with you?
Oh, yes. I'll just grab for any torch that's on the wall.
Here's just the one that you moved before. Take the
Does it-
torch.
Can it come out of a place?
Yeah, it comes out of place. It doesn't do anything to the bookshelf.
I guess I'll take the first steps here, and I'll kind of lead with this torch. Did I pick up anything in, like, the immediate, or, like, my senses or anything?
Entering the stairwell, you can tell that it's made of stone with some concrete mixed in as mortar to hold things together. And then there seems to be like a layer of plaster or concrete that has started to chip away. It's a pretty old structure. The steps are sound. They're made out of the same stone and concrete mixture. Sturdy all the way down. Little bit of a damp smell, but nothing overly strong. And gazing through your torchlight, you can see down at the bottom that there is a large metal iron door at the bottom with a small little window at the top that about 5 feet up off the ground. It's only a little slit, but there seems to be some sort of a covering from the other side that's preventing you from seeing in.
I'll kind of whisper towards back the group from where I am. I found the clubhouse door. There's a peep.
Right, well, about it.
I mean, should we pick it or should we just knock and try to bullshit it?
Is
There a lock?
We didn't knock to enter originally, so maybe continue with the first plan.
That's good. Yeah, is there like an obvious like door handle-ish thing or like a lock, or is it just like the slit?
Now there is looks like a key lock, as well as a handle.
Yeah, there's you can you can get in there.
Yeah,
Might be the same caliber if the front door is any sort of.
very, very eloquently put, Kiesel.
We just haven't been on a mission together in a while, so I'm just really excited.
Alfred will laugh and, again for the second night, get down and start to pick at a lock.
Is there a way I can help him with this?
If you also have proficiency with thieves' tools, yes.
Yay! Yes, I would absolutely like to help him with this.
Okay, so
Here, I have
roll with
a nice
advantage.
A nice little torch that you can hold.
Thank you. It's a bit dark for me down here.
Thanks. Are you proficient in holding a torch? All right.
We are just fish in a barrel here.
Oh my god, right? And then the boulder comes crashing down.
Fireball.
I'd be more afraid of a lightning bolt.
Ever the practical mind. Ugh. Please do better than my roll.
I'll
You have
give you-
advantage.
You're right, I do.
That's still a pretty good roll, though. Oh man, my advantage is not helping at all right now.
That's as good as we'll get.
Yes, sir.
All right, 15 after the advantage. You work at it for a little bit, and it's just like almost lose it at the last second, and just barely trip it and
Oh, you're
unlock the
shining
door.
it in my eye.
The door gives a little bit. There's no latch or anything like that. It's just once the deadbolt's open, then the door just pops open just a little bit. No overt sound to it, but giving you a peek inside the room. There is a good amount of light coming from some source off to the left. There appears to be quite a bit of elements or items of storage, crates, barrels, that type of stuff in here. And you can hear mumbled voices inside.
Can we listen for them? Like hear what they're saying?
Yeah. Give me a perception.
You got it.
Well, better than a 3.
Right? Let's see. I can only go so many further down. I can't even roll ones. So.
3, 2, 1.
Well, that was really
Whoa.
close to a 1.
For the most part, from here, all you pick up is mumbles. Occasionally, you'll catch like one bigger word. You hear the word fool mentioned a couple times. You hear woman. You hear...
What's the tone of their voices? Like, gruff? Would I be able to, like, guess, like, gender or maybe even species?
Male. Not species.
Sure.
They both seem to be males. One's a little bit gruffer than the other one, a little bit more high pitched, and they seem to be fairly good spirits. Maybe slightly annoyed from the tones of their voices, but overall, they're joking with each other. You just can't quite make out exactly what they're saying.
Okay.
In a very hushed whisper, as to not alert them. Alfred will turn around and ask, are we going in, I guess, guns blazing?
How much cover is there?
It's not much. It's quite open.
How many did you see?
From here I can see... How many?
2.
Total? 2?
You see
I
two
mean-
as you push the door open, just about 6 inches to get a better peek. You can see there's 2 individuals sitting on chairs in front of a pretty rough-looking fireplace. There's a decent amount of smoke in the room. It's definitely not venting out properly here. A good smell of acrid smoke coming off of whatever wood they're choosing to burn. Looking around, you see these barrels off to your left that really don't provide much cover against these 2 individuals, but their backs are turned to you at the moment. The door opens left to right. That's pretty much what you can see from here.
Andrew would like to put his hand on Kiesel's shoulder just from the back and kind of whisper over, did you get any like defining kind of like traits about the one that we're looking for? Or was it just kind of like find my friend kind of situation?
Here's the funny thing about trust in a business relationship. There's very little at the moment, so I just know that there's a friend in need.
You have a description.
I kind of know what she may look like, though.
You're looking for a male catfolk, blondish brown fur with an orange mane.
Yeah, he's got a tail, he's got these, he's orange hair.
Anything
Alright.
he wears specifically at all?
Uh,
Anything he might have on him?
What does he
You know,
sound like?
hopefully clothes, but who knows? If
Alfred,
they've-
Alfred, all right.
I wanna
Easy.
stealth.
Alfred, are either two of the men halflings? Catfolk.
No.
No.
Okay,
All right.
so
Two
if
options.
this-
I
if
go and
this-
try to talk to them. Option 2, I capacitate them. What do you want?
I would suggest maybe just rushing in there, because if we found one secret door and found 2 guys, there might be 2 more secret doors with 4 guys. So we can't have them alert anybody. We just need to go in there and just chop them, but not kill them. Because if we can try to not kill them, that would be good. But if we have to, then
If
I'm
you-
not going to.
If you'll let me squeeze through there for a moment, I have a plan.
I want to stealth behind him. I want to stealth behind Salinas. Can I roll a stealth?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Please something better than 3. Okay, there we go. 21. Let's go. I'm hiding. I'm
Nice.
hiding in his shadow.
Linus will stride forward, and as he does, he makes a gesture with his hand, and his focus appears. It's a chunk of raw opal encased by a few support mechanisms and whirring gears, and he holds it in his hand as he walks up. Good evening, gentlemen. And he'll whip his hand around, and as his hand leaves his focus, strings of light follow it until it looks like he has a small net, and he casts it and casts hold person on both the guards.
I would like to
Alright.
ready a javelin throw in case this doesn't work how he thinks it will.
Okay.
You'll see Alfred still kneeling down, strapping a familiar iron pipe to his right wrist.
Joe, did you do any work on that thing?
I can
Fail.
Yes.
You'll see.
All right. These 2 individuals who had just barely started to turn to the attention of this voice then are just frozen in place as they just stare off in your direction. You can't really tell what they're looking at. Beyond that, they are staring straight at Salinas, the best of their ability, and stuck in place under the effects of hold person. As you guys are actually in the room, Vault, as you're sneaking behind, seeing that these 2 individuals are subdued, you do notice that there is a little cage in the far right corner, 10 foot by 10 foot iron cage with a middle-aged catfolk with blondish wheat colored hair, fur with an orange mane, and then a short mohawk of orange hair on top, who's sitting over in the corner and just kind of gives a wink as he sees you guys have taken care of things.
Love it. Yeah,
I would
I'll
like to
wink back for
walk
sure.
into the room.
Still, if I know you have at least a good bit of rope, this doesn't hold for that long. If you could perhaps work on binding these 2.
Already ahead of you, and I'm getting my rope out, and I'm just gonna. Oh, excuse me. Just if you could just lift your arm. No, you can't lift your arms, of course not. And I'll kind of tie them off and kind of have them lassoed.
Meanwhile,
Okay.
Alfred will do apparently what Alfred does best and sit down and get this door open.
Okay. Keith will give me 2 sleight of hand checks for your knot tying skills. And Alfred, give me these tools. Solid. Solid.
That was almost a 1.
Nice.
All right.
Nice.
Nice rolls all around. All right.
Consistent.
So you are able to get the door popped open. The individual doesn't seem to be injured in any way. He stands up, kind of brushes himself off, cleans up his clothes a little bit. They still look pretty bad. Just steps up. Thank you, sir. Yes.
I take it your
Does that
friend
last
in,
long over there?
friend in need.
What was that?
You're getting me out of here. I suppose we're friends.
Right. He's the one.
Yes,
He's-
right this way.
Do you think Miss think our employer would appreciate 2 other gifts. Gestures to the 2 bound and gagged individuals on the floor now.
Well, I mean, is anybody gonna, and then Flame District gonna notice 2 guys on rope? Because that's the bigger question.
We could just take them to the city guard. They've
Not a bad
clearly
idea.
committed a crime. Kidnapping is not legal.
Yes.
Discretion, though.
I want to insight check that. That seems sus. Why are they being sus? Why can't we just take these guys to the guards? Is that acceptable?
Yep.
Okay. All right, tell me what it is.
Dang.
Don't miss.
Who are you inciting? Are you inciting Salinas? Or are you inciting Kiesel here?
Why discretion? We'll go with Salinas.
All right,
No?
Salinas, give me a deception or persuasion in the tower.
Beat a nat 20.
2 nat 20s.
I mean, if I
Match a
rolled
nat
a nat 20, if I rolled a nat 20, I could match your 28.
Match but not beat.
No.
Zedry, are you staying out in the hallway?
Yeah, Zidri's caught between the hallway, between these 2 doorways, because he's really worried that the bookcase is gonna move back. So, kind of
Fair,
putting his
fair.
attention between the 2, he's gonna go ahead and actually stick his staff in between the like doorway and wedge it between the bookcase and that. So hopefully it stays before trying to catch up with everybody else.
All right. Vault, Salinas is not being upfront with you at all. Really poor deception. Your 28 destroys his 19.
Woohoo.
No, it's working for certain people. It's best to respect employer potentiality. If we aren't taking them back to her, I suggest we just lock the door behind us and leave them here tied up.
This seems rather suspect. They
I-
have captured an innocent man, and we are not tearing them in. What are you not telling me?
I think our employer would just not want to deal with the bureaucratic headache that would be involving this.
If the employers wanted to involve the law, they would have gone to the guards and not to us.
I'm gonna walk over to the prisoners.
As you guys are having this exchange, Zedry, you get your nice propping of the door completed and turn your back to head back down, feeling comfortable, or at least as comfortable as possible that this is secured. And you hear a crash behind you as this large human male comes flying through the staff and running down the stairs, axe at the ready. Yofridir, describe your character.
So Yofridir is a 6'3", little over 200-pound human male. Clearly barbarian. He's got a second great axe on his back, along with a few javelins, and he's got shoulder-length blonde hair, scruffy beard. His hair's actually got a braid down the side, and yeah, he's charging in. Expecting trouble.
All right. Both of you, Zedry and Yofridir, give me dex saves.
Wonderful.
Is it not a boulder this time?
It's a barbarian.
It's the same thing.
Older barbarian.
What's the difference?
Same thing.
All right. Zedry, you like squish yourself up against the wall, just leaving barely enough room as Yofridir turns and rolls and just barely keeps his footing as he goes down the rest of the steps and comes running into the room, back turned, heading straight towards Salinas. Salinas, give me a dex save.
Oh no.
I'm gonna
Shit.
infect.
It is.
All right, Sleetus, you dodge out of the way next to Kiesel as Jofrider goes flying into the crates in the middle of the room, crushing them, scattering debris right past Vault and out into the room. The cat folk that you have just rescued just stands over next to Alfred, gives him a look, looks back over at the chaos that's ensued, just shakes his head, and starts walking for the door.
Oh, that is one way to get off vacation.
I'm just gonna like start sitting up and then I'm like, good evening, everybody. That
What the?
that
That was
bookcase was a little
Jofridir?
bit. That bookcase was a bit stuck.
Jofridir's here. Wonderful. And then I'm going to turn towards these captive prisoners who I assume by now it's been a minute, so hold person would be worn off and they're only tied up, correct?
Correct.
Excuse me, gentlemen. Might I know your name and the reason you've captured this, apparently innocent man?
They're never been under the effect of hold person before. They are quite confused as to what's going on. Are you going to remove their gags, or are they still gagged?
Oh, you gagged them?
Yeah.
I'll remove one of their gags.
Okay.
Is there one that's more well-dressed than the other?
No.
Okay.
Both pretty lower middle class dress.
All right. Well, then the one on the one I'm closest to, I guess.
As this is
yeah.
going on, I'm gonna walk and talk with the cat folk. By the way,
Okay.
just so he doesn't leave the.
And Zedry's got the door blocked. What do you think you're doing?
I would like to know your name and what business it is that we've interrupted.
Just get me out of these things, otherwise I'll turn you into the authorities.
I was
answer his
planning on
question.
doing that myself, was turning you in for capturing this innocent man. You're criminals. This is a criminal activity. You're hiding in a warehouse with a man in a cage.
It's just all a big misunderstanding. You need to let us go, and we'll get this all sorted out once we're outside.
We could all go meet the city guard together. How does that sound, Salinas, Kiesel? I should assume there should be no problem here.
No, actually, we should probably not, because that would not benefit anybody in this situation. Actually,
I would like to insight check that. This is very strange. Why is no one being forthright?
just because I gave you the answer you don't like doesn't mean I'm lying.
Okay, well, insight check the thug's attempt at persuading you first.
Sure.
Or actually, I guess that would be a save, not a
A save? Oh,
check necessarily, because you weren't asking to see whether he's being truthful or not. This would just be a charisma save.
A charisma save? Okay, I'll do that. Yeah. Everybody's being weird right now. I don't have a very good charisma save. Eek. 11.
Oh, you don't have one at all.
Seems
No.
like a good plan. He seems to be pretty solid thinking there. That
Yeah.
we should just go outside and get this all figured out.
Yeah, I like that idea a lot.
Jofridir, you can handle carrying 2 them, right?
Shouldn't be a problem. I'm just gonna grab the ropes and drag them with.
What are you doing? The other guy
You said you want to go out. Said you want to go out and sort this out. Let's go outside and sort it out.
I said untie me first.
I think no.
So is this guy just like walked off? Like, is he just like, all right, see ya, I'm out? Because I would very much like to get some information out of him.
Yeah, you can go over and talk with the guy as this is all going on.
Yeah. Just real quick. I, just want to be a little bit more acquainted. Could I get your name?
I suppose we're
I
all
mean,
friends here.
if that's too much, we can just make sure you get back to where you need to go, to the person who wanted to find you.
Name's Myland. I assume you didn't just stumble on this place.
No.
All right, didn't think I was that lucky. So
No, Honoria sent us.
Figures as much.
Yeah, she misses you.
Are they taking these folks with us?
I'd rather not. If we could just leave them outside and somebody will find them, that's fine. I'm not too keen on locking them in here. Do you know what they were going to do with you?
Rough me up a bit until they got what they wanted, or more appropriately, their boss what he wanted.
Who do they work for?
Oh, you don't want to mess with him.
Well, I mean, we're
a bit of a pain in the rear.
We're already this deep in this business.
Fair enough. With the Reckoners, pretty BS small outfit.
Like
work for Rune. He's mostly just pissed off because I've been courting his daughter, but he's also trying to get that security contract for Honoria.
No, I mean, that shouldn't be the worst thing to ever happen to somebody who's getting in trouble for some of that, but contract.
I've seen people killed for worse, or for less. It could be worse. I mean,
they were trying to get you to kill somebody, and they were mad about the agreement?
They didn't get the agreement. That was the problem. They think they're high enough level that they can go work for my boss, and they...
well,
you saw how well they held up. This isn't high quality security group.
No, certainly we've taught them a lesson of putting them in their place. Should we escort you back to where we need to be, or are you fine just the way you are?
I mean, I'm happy to take off, but I'm assuming you probably didn't sign on for this as a favor?
No, so I think she'd want to see you in the flesh with us.
Yeah, she usually likes proof before she pays.
A smart woman. Well, I'll keep a low profile together, drop these guys off at the docks, and go for some beers afterwards.
DM,
I think I can be arranged.
Can I roll a history check or know if I know the Reckoners? That seems like a name I probably might be familiar with, maybe?
You can roll a history check, sure.
Sure. Yep.
What do we got?
A 7!
Local, my ass.
It's a big town. It's a big town.
Never heard of them.
They're not that important.
I mean, you know a decent amount of what goes on in the Flame District, but never heard of this group. Means one of two things. Either they are really good at being below the radar, or they're really bad at what they do that nobody knows who they are.
Right. Compromise. Leave these two head up in their shop upstairs, and when their boss comes to fetch them, they can explain how bad of a job they did, and that'll be plenty. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, please.
Why are we leaving them here? Answer me straight.
I told
if they
you,
are
you
criminals,
like
we should have them arrested. If they are up to no good, then we should find who their master is and take him out.
I like that plan a lot. We should really investigate ourselves on who their employer is. But, like I said earlier, there's a lot of complicated moving parts, and I don't think our employer, Honoria, would be very keen to having this kind of involvement. So we could leave them outside and leave the guards to find them. We can just drop them off and not say anything. We could, do something. If you want to personally turn them in. And say
I would be fine with that.
But we can't have this come back to where we're from.
Double compromise.
Give conflicting. Give some persuasion checks here. Who's making the better argument?
All right, let's see.
Kiesel and Vault here.
I would like to use my inspiration to reroll. Please.
All right. for those of you viewing
Ouch.
our inspiration rolls, there's any re-roll of a dice.
Oh!
Oh,
All right. Kiesel's argument's a little bit stronger than Vault's. Doesn't mean you could do... Okay, so Kiesel's argument's the stronger argument. Vault, give me a charisma save.
Oh, man. I almost want to ask for a favor from the gods to win this. 12.
Oh, and Kiesel, make sure you click the box to delete your inspiration point that you used.
Yes, sir. I'll make sure.
All right, with a 12, you're not convinced. I mean, you understand where he's coming from. It was close, but ultimately, you're not completely convinced that this is the right course of action.
right. Double compromise, Vault. Leave them right up here where they can't get out. Go escort our friend here back to our employer, and then, once that all the job is done, we can come back and then deal with the guards.
We could just take myself and Joffredir if he wants to carry these two, and we could go to the city guard while you deposit
Yes.
our wonderful new friend here to his destination.
Yes, that sounds excellent.
Go for it.
I can drive him along. That's no trouble.
Today has been a good day for justice.
Milland,
If
by the
I
way,
might
who is your employer?
interject-
Oh, sorry. Yeah, perfect. Perfect.
We'll get to that in a moment, but I don't think carting a couple bound and gagged individuals through the streets of Flame District, especially since that would require us to walk straight through the government district and right past the headquarters of the guard.
Which is...
It might not be best to be carting them where we're headed.
I want to take them to the guard. So that wouldn't be a problem. It would be more convenient.
Y'all can go ahead of us. That way, there's no correlation.
All right, Vault. Let's walk through this. You show up at the guardhouse carrying two bound people.
Yes.
No proof, and a story. And
Then-
you are the one with bound people.
Sure.
That's going to go over well.
Then we can bring Milland with us and he can clear this all up with the guards.
Yeah, but I don't think he's
Myland.
gonna want to.
Myland, I am so sorry.
Myland, do you want to go to the guards and explain your situation?
No.
Right, that settles it.
Well,
Let's
the
go-
victim
let's
here is
leave,
unwilling to
please.
cooperate, and we've done all we can. We'll drop them off by the docks, and somebody will find them.
Perhaps not even by the docks. How about we just drop them off in the store upstairs?
Well, I don't know if maybe, what if the door closes shut and it locks and a gust of wind, and then it'll get really stinky up in here. So at least we'll leave them outside, where somebody will be bound to find them.
Sure.
Zedra's gonna head down the stairs, and just look at everyone and say, I've been hearing like a lot of talking, and I just wanted to confirm like there wasn't anything like dangerous down here. Obviously not. Seems like you went ahead and kind of caught the assailants, and that's the person we're supposed to look for, right?
Yes, his name is
Correct.
Myland.
Oh, nice to meet you, Myland.
That's the same. I would like to get moving before any change and
more-
shift of guards or any more people show up.
Another fantastic point. Let's go.
I'll start walking up with Mylan now that Zedri's down, or at least kind of stepped away, and we're just gonna head on out and go back to the clubhouse.
There, if you want to find a nice alleyway to just toss them in the back of, perhaps I think there's one right here in the
We can
warehouse
take them to
district.
the guards. It won't be a problem. I'll speak with them.
Oh, sure.
I'll let them know that you did such a good civic service. It'll be fine. I'll make sure to drop your names specifically.
Oh, please.
I would really appreciate it if you didn't, in fact.
Then maybe you can tell me what's going on.
I don't know how much more I can tell you, Volt, without...
Then it won't be a problem.
So we have been hired by a person to find this person, and we are being paid, and these are some very bad people. But there's a little bit of wiggle room in terms of our employer. Just very under the table type dealings. Just no have further worry from any sort of government. So this is how the exchange is going to happen. This person's been kidnapped, which is an awful crime, and the two idiots that we have banned and gagged will never talk to you. And if you want to take them to the guard, that's fine. But I don't think. Yeah, I agree.
That's
So
what I thought.
we are going to just leave them near a populated area, and somebody will come to daycare.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
You said these bad guys, but you didn't qualify which of and he's pointing between Myland and the two that are bound up.
The two
that
that
like-
have this guy in the cage. What the heck? I mean, honestly. I'm sorry, that was unnecessary. The one that they put him in a cage, so anybody who could do that to another being is evil. Now that we've all that squared away, we are leaving. And
Fine.
I am
Y'all for you?
taking everybody up here with me.
Why don't we take these two to the guards?
That's fine.
Why don't we take these?
We
I
will
think
drop them off at the
perhaps I
guard.
feel like you should meet with our employer before you do that.
Then we would have to bring them with us. If you want to go that
We
route,
could-
we could do that.
We could.
Or you
or
could
we
tell me
could-
what's happening. You've asked for my expertise. I have provided it. The least we can do is the civic duty to punish the criminals and follow the law. They're bad, right?
Well, yes.
Then no problem.
We can drop them off at the guards and catch up with you to meet with employer.
Exactly,
Should-
just-
There we go.
Tell us where to meet you, and we'll be there shortly.
Well,
I mean, the way we came, of course.
yeah.
Right there off
Why
the,
don't we- why
just a
don't
couple
we-
blocks back.
Yeah, at the end. Instrument to me to be at a
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
portion
No.
of the Shadow District known as Warts and Bile.
Warts and Bile in the Shadow District. Okay.
Sounds like a great place to meet.
You say so.
Would I know that place? Have I heard of that before?
No.
Okay, cool. It's a lot of shops I've been to. That's fine. Especially there.
And you really love that district.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite district in town is the Shadow District. Let's go. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
As long as
so,
you don't mention any of the other 5 names here, and if you want to name yourself and Yofridir can do what he wants, go for it.
I agree to no such terms.
All right, then it's settled.
Is it?
I would assume me and Myland are like out the door at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah, Mylan's
Yeah,
ready
we're
to
just-
hoof it.
Yeah, we're just booking it back to Area 52. Whatever nickname we're gonna give this place.
All right, so exiting out of the building, you guys split up with Vault, Yofridir, and your 2 new friends heading to the City Watch. Alfred, Zedri, which direction are you guys going?
I will be following behind Kiesel and our new catfolk friends.
Okay. Zedri?
Zedri will go ahead and follow along with Vault and Yofridir then.
Split
Okay.
the party.
All right, so
Good one.
Mylan, Kiesel, Salinas, and Alfred will head back into the Wave District to get to the Shadow District, and the other 3 will head to the City Watch first. It's not too terribly long of a walk to get over to the City Watch office. It's about a little bit past midnight as you walk up to the Watch Commander at the desk. It's later middle-aged Packadeer.
Oh, wonderful.
Locks it on elephant folk for those of you not in the know. Standing behind the desk. seemed like he was sleeping with his hand in his palms before you walked in. Kind of just harumph a little bit as he sleepy-eyed. Now, what do we got here?
I have a gift for you, my good sir. Two ne'er-do-wells who have captured a compatriot, I suppose, of ours named Meland. I believe they work for the Reckoners, potentially under direction of a man named Rune.
Okay. Gift my ass. What's that piece of paper?
Well, as they say, all great
right.
things begin with paperwork.
Reporting party.
Uh,
That's you.
oh, okay. That is Voltavius V of House Varheed.
Uh-huh.
I worked with a
All
small group.
You take the gags out long enough to get their names.
Sure, we can do that, and I'll take the other gag out of the other man. Go ahead. Give him your names.
They don't say anything. All right.
You could also mark it down
Thug
as
one,
the
Thug
adventurer
two.
group of Cybil's Spear, I believe. That's the group of us that
responsible party or the reporting party?
Responsible party.
Reporting.
We caught them.
Reporting party.
We're not
Sybil
responsible.
Spear is who was responsible for the crime.
Oh gosh,
Okay.
No,
I am
no.
so sorry for
Reporting.
the confusion.
This man is giving up the social security and everything, bro.
All right, let's start this over again. Reporting party is...
Voltavius of House Varheed and Sybil's Spear.
Oh, is this like a band?
Yes, an adventurers group. We've just formed recently.
We're the feature.
Okay. Okay, and they're the responsible party.
That is correct. I believe they work for a larger syndicate here in the district, called the Reckoners.
Never heard of them.
They work for a man named Rune. Does that ring a bell?
Room. Nope. Okay. Let's see. And crime being reported.
Kidnapping.
And who was the child?
It was a catfolk man by the name of Meland.
Meland. Okay.
A rather handsome folk, if I were to be honest.
Lovely. Was he harmed?
Only maybe emotionally, but otherwise I believe he was fine.
Oh, emotional harm. Okay. All right. When did this occur?
To be honest, I'm not sure how long he's been held captive, but we just rescued him within the hour.
So did you see them actually take this person hostage?
Yes, he was in a cage when we found him.
Do you know how he got there?
I believe kidnapping would be the way.
I assume you aren't very, well up on your law enforcement techniques, but we don't get just jump a step and say someone did something unless somebody saw it.
I
So
was
did
on the
you
stairs. I
see
didn't
him
see
abducted?
Not directly, no. We were tasked to find him by a giantess. I believe her name is Honoria?
Oh my.
Right. Back up. Reporting party. Witnesses. All right. Honora. Okay. Do you mean Myland?
Yes, Myland was the captured party.
You said Melan.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm a bit bad with names tonight. I'm a little flustered.
Okay. Crumples up another piece of paper, starts over. All right.
I'm living for this.
You, big one. Down the hall. Put him in cell 5. Hold the door shut when you're done. And where might me track you down, Mr. Bad with Names?
Yes. I suppose I deserve that. I live in the Wave District at House Varhid.
Oh. Noble.
No, just merchants.
You'll hear your operator from down the hall. He's very important. You should listen to him.
All right. Takes out a stamper. Big stamp on it. All right. Somebody will work on this in the morning.
Thank you very much, sir. I hope we have done our civic duty.
Yeah, next time bring them in after 8.
In the morning.
Yes, in the morning.
Understood.
Quick question. So it's like self-service when it's like late at night?
I wasn't carrying those 2 pieces back there.
Are you the only one that's working here?
No, but you already screwed up my night. I'm not going to be responsible for screwing up everybody else's.
For future reference, do you have like a night drop? We can just drop him in some hole.
Oh, wouldn't that be lovely? We'll look into that.
I do know a few artificers. They might be able to help with that.
I'm sure
That
you
seems
do.
kind of inhumane. I mean, we just rescued someone from a cage, and now we're talking about throwing people in holes. We can workshop that, but definitely an idea worth carrying forward. And Zidger's going to kind of like dust himself off and turn around towards the door.
I mean, to be fair, we rescued 1 man from a cage and threw 2 men into another cage. Funny how that works.
Would
I'm
it
gonna
be-
Make
watch
sure
out
you
after
tell your
that.
friends
Would it
after
be
8.
helpful to know the building he was held captive in?
I will take care of it.
Okay, great. Good luck. just leave.
Vaulted the DMV.
Literally.
All right. You guys make your way to go catch up with the rest of the party, heading for Warts and Bile.
On the walk there.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, so tell me, Alfred, the thing. Did you get to walk on it? I haven't seen you, over the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, I've been working a lot lately. I've actually been quite busy. We got so much done. I'm surprised that it's come this far this quickly. I
That's great.
still can't talk about it. Please don't ask.
Oh,
I know
I-
you're
I-
trying.
I burst in like a week and a half ago asking Alfred for some translations to this text I was trying to get through.
oh,
They
really cool.
threw a sheet over the thing. I didn't get a look at it at all.
Oh, cool. I got this, and I'll kind of like, with the padding and like the armor layer underneath, I'll kind of like push it to the side and show him this gnarly scar I got from like here to like here, like kind of like curves around my arm. Yeah, look at that shit. That's cool, isn't it?
Where did you get that?
I, talked a lot of shit and went to the sewers and had to kill a couple spiders. Got this, and now it's part of me. Well, I guess part of me missing.
Alfred will try and poke it. Is it infected?
Oh
Is
no,
it-
it's healed. It's healed. This is like 2 months ago almost. Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm glad you're not dead. That's always great.
Oh, please, couple arachnids.
Side question. I know you didn't want to tell Vault everything, but what kind of dealings are we getting into?
I mean,
Well,
it's best not said on the streets, but it's, uh,
she owns a casino.
yes, that was the part I was hesitant about. She does. She's the owner of a casino locally in town, so I delivered something to her, and I made such a great impression. She asked me to get a team together for this job. So, yeah, she was very nice. She was very tall, big lady, big tall lady, very big lady.
So I've been looking forward to meeting her, like in person.
Oh yeah, no, she's fantastic. Actually, that leads me to the question. And I'll kind of like focus my attention back to Myland. Myland Island. Myland, yes. So how long were you exactly roughed up in there?
I suppose 2 meals. Not a lot of light track time.
I figured. I didn't know if you had like a really good internal clock or something like that.
No.
No. And this was just they wanted something and you had said no, I'm not doing that, and then they thought they could just bully you into for a contract.
And more so, I wanted something. Their boss didn't really like that I wanted something.
Ooh.
She was cool with it.
Ooh.
He wasn't too happy. Yeah, and then there's the other shit with
Hey,
my boss.
I'm not one to ask too many questions, but no, I gotcha. Well, almost there, so we should just just get this all done real quick and hopefully just have everybody go on those that night.
By the way, yeah, I didn't catch names from anybody, but the red one.
Me? Sorry.
Had very good skills with the lucky picky.
Thanks. I've been working at it quite a bit, but it's yeah, I could do a little bit more than that. It's not all I can do.
Nice. I do good amount of that type of stuff myself. Dabble here, there. Not otherwise engaged with things.
You wouldn't think it, but the one with the stick up his ass, he actually does that too. Shockingly enough.
No, he's great. He just hasn't had his trust in the government broken yet, so he'll learn once they file the paperwork in some hidden stack somewhere and it not be seen for 5 years.
Hey, government's great as long as you know the right people to work with.
I see. That's what makes it not great.
Speaking of, how long have you worked for this particular individual?
Oh, Noria? Quite a long time.
So
I expect about 4 years now. She's good.
You trust
just a
her?
friend.
She's mostly on the up and up. Had a rough time of things under the prior administration, but things are going well.
Well, that's very good to hear. I would take a glance over the side at Kiesel. I would be very interested in cooperating with her more in the future.
I would too. You just need to be careful to toe certain lines.
Don't want to speak for her or anything like that, but I'm sure something like that could be arranged.
Oh well,
that would be lovely.
I mean, it was effortless. It was bloodless. We were in and kind of out, but yeah, you're relatively unharmed. We could use like a meal or something, but
despite the disagreements, fairly smooth.
Yeah, even with the big guy just running in there.
He was running a little late, I assume.
That was entertaining.
Is there still sun in the sky, or is it getting fairly dark here?
Oh, no,
It's midnight.
Yeah, we're after midnight. So
Yeah, and the weather. Are we still around wintertime here?
we're in spring now. After the
spring.
6 weeks, we are about halfway into spring. So
Okay.
no, we're out of the bitter cold. We're in the nippy in the morning, but pretty nice by. We're getting a little bit colder at this point in time, but maybe like 50.
The cape on Kiesel's back will change from being ragged and rattered and all poopy looking, and it's gonna start changing to a more white color from the brown, and it'll look like a bunch of white feathers on his back. Outside of the springtime, cool, brisk midnight, like 50-degree weather or something. I don't know.
That's a new trick.
Oh, I mean, it's just a cosmetic thing. It's cool. I just have nice things sometimes.
Yeah, just a nice low breeze, low 50s, no precipitation, clear night, easy view of the moon.
And I would take it by this point we would be like pretty close to where we need to be in the sticky and icky inn.
Yeah, at this point in time, you are coming up on the same location that you went into the last time you did work for her. Pretty rundown, rough-looking shop with the name Warts and Bile on the front door, with a little sign hanging out front with a little symbol that suggests it's some sort of a magic components shop. And the rest of the party, you are now in sight. You have caught up to them well enough to see that they're arriving at this place and know exactly where you're going.
I will approach the front door, and is it locked? No. So I'll just kind of enter right in and start going about the entrance and entering this place the proper way.
To you, my sir.
Oh, thank you.
I was talking to the cat.
I'm sorry. I'm just me, and I just want to meet her to show her that we got him. And he's just walking in the door.
All right. Don't wait for the rest of them.
No, I'm walking in to try
Okay.
to grab an area.
So you walk in the front door of this place, and just a counter. There's some shelves with some different. Looks like they might be components. Not being magical yourself, you're not really familiar with that type of stuff, but definitely a good layer of dust on about everything in the shop. And there's this little old woman sitting behind the counter, rocking in her rocking chair and knitting. Doesn't look up, doesn't regard you at all, just keeps on rocking back and forth in her chair.
And I would be familiar with this woman.
You've seen her before.
But she didn't address me the first time I came to drop off the parcel.
No.
And would I remember how I met Anuria? Like, if I had any bells or whistles?
If you would read your notes, yes.
Got him. Got him.
No. Okay, I will make my way to the back room. But before I do that, I will look at the old lady and just go, excuse me, madam, do you have the time?
And as you ask that question, she still doesn't look at you or regard you in any way, but you hear her foot shuffle across the floor, and you hear a click in the room beyond the curtain, heading into the back room.
Just on time. And I will look back to usher the rest of the group to follow me down this stairwell.
Will go ahead and let down his coat tassels and or his coat guards, and his sleeves will roll out, covering up his arcane firearm, and he'll walk in.
Nice. As you guys start to make your way into the back room after Kiesel's slow to remember what the procedure is here, the rest of you arrive at the door just in time that you can follow them without having to be regarded for a passcode. So the door on the other side of the curtain, there's a door that is popped open, leading to a maze of a stairwell, lowly lit, that seems to zigzag in all different directions to the point that, barring a really good survival check, you are fairly disoriented as to what direction you are facing. If you want to make that really good survival check, you may do so, but it's not a huge pivotal thing. So eventually finding your way to the basement, bottom level. All right, good job.
Kiesel
You kind of
remembers
got your
the entire
orientation after
way.
the last time. He was like, all right, if I go here.
Muscle memoried it.
Yeah, so you realize that you're heading north as you hit the bottom of the stairwell after going absolutely every other direction at different times. And find yourself at the bottom of the stairs and facing a door that promptly opens from the other side, and you're greeted by a very handsome male human. Looks dressed in some sort of. You get the impression that despite his looks, he is a bouncer of sorts.
Does he look familiar?
Opens the doors and motions for you to enter.
Did I get his name last time I was here, or did he not give me a name?
Didn't say anything to you last time, and still doesn't say anything. Just motions, and as his arm goes out in front of him, you guys all each gaze out into this large basement casino that is laid out, pretty massive complex, pillars throughout to hold up whatever is above, since you don't really know exactly where you're at this point. But tables featuring about every single type of game that you could possibly imagine of chance, and a large crowd playing that at this point in time, as you enter the casino, the ability to hear over it becomes pretty impossible.
Do I, with a quick scan of the room, see my lady friend?
No.
As we walk past the bouncer and he goes back to post up at the door, I give him a quick wink and a wave as we walk by.
Yeah, and he, as the last of you come through the doorway, he goes and then moves back to the front of the line and just kind of motions for you to come with him. Very similar to what you dealt with before, Kiesel, and leads you to the opposite end of the casino floor to a set of offices. And as you step through the door that he leads you to, you find a pretty average height for a giant, which Goliath for comparison to standard D&D. Female giant who's standing behind a desk, cracking her knuckles as you walk in. Just gives a nice smile at Kiesel as you walk in, and as she catches sight of Myland. Oh, Kiesel, my new friend.
Honoria, how have you been?
Well, now I see you found Myland for me.
Oh,
Nice
yeah, we
work.
definitely, we go out and grabbed your friend. We know how much you missed him, and he's not a single hair. Well, they put him in a cage and fed him a couple times, but other than that, seems to be fine.
We'll get him fixed up right. Nice. Myland, just go ahead and get yourself something over from the waitress or something, and please don't flirt with them too much. I had to kind of running low on them after you go through them. What you do with these captors?
Against our best judgment,
They ended
were
up
turned
locked
into the guards.
They're locked in a cage now.
Fair enough. Probably a little bit better than they deserve, but that works.
So tell us, should we come into a situation where we have some leftovers, should we drop them with the guard, or would you like a more personal delivery?
If I need things a little bit more personal, I'll make sure to make that clear with you. But
Yes, man.
this works. We have a good relationship with the guard. They stay out of our business, we stay out of theirs, and if they see their way to the gallows, so be it.
Oh, now that is
I'm
off our
sorry.
conscience.
Would you mind introducing me to the rest
Oh.
of your friends here?
How rude of me. And in the room there is Salinas and who else, or is the whole party
Everybody.
packed in here? Whole party's packed
Unless
in here.
anybody got distracted and disappeared into the casino floor. No
got all
wisdom
heads?
saves.
It's a drinking problem, it's not a gambling problem.
So him over there with the overalls and everything, that's Alfred. He's very talented, very good handyman. This is Zedri. He's a very talented user of magic and has saved my lives more time than I may have fingers. This here is Yofredir. He has a drinking problem and he hits things very hard, so he's very handsome and reliable. This is
She's a good smirk as to that's my kind of guy.
This is Volto. He's very good at sneaking around and being small and unseen, and of course here, not to not mention, but Salinas, another very talented magic, both actually, but very talented.
Flourish bow.
Right. Well,
Are we
if
gonna just-
all of you are as adept as Mr. Kiesel here, I'm sure we'll get along famously.
Oh, wait.
Matter
I
of
was
payment.
hoping to have
Go ahead. Yeah.
maybe a little bit more of a formal introduction. And Zedri's going to step up to her desk and put out his hand for a handshake.
Her big, massive hand just goes over your tiny one in comparison. Good, sturdy grip. Almost a little bit painful.
Zedri is going to lean into the pain, and as he winces, he's going to see if there's any papers on her desk at all.
Ooh, sneaky.
Please, bro. I like her so much. She's so cool, bro. Please.
No, there is no papers on the desk. Desk is clear. There is an ashtray with a couple cigarette butts in it. Aside from that, it is a clear counter. Elsewhere in the office, it's just there is a large vault in the wall behind her, about 3 foot by 3 foot.
Bigger or smaller than the one that Vault's house, obviously.
Yes, significantly smaller than that. But some potted plants in the corners, a couple chairs in front of the desk, and then just one big high back chair, a little bit extra large for the giant size behind you, or to sit behind. But yeah, nothing to scan on the desk, and because there's nothing to scan, you don't need to roll.
I'm gonna shake my hand. Wow, that was a stellar grip. I can't help but notice that you have a love for plants, and honestly, I'm not huge into plants. Never been much for them, but the pots that they come in, I actually do a little bit of pottery work myself. So just wanna plug me a little bit, and if you ever need anything that maybe he can't do, and points over to Yofredir, I might be your guy.
I'll lean into Zedri and I'll be like, the third thing about Zedri is that he's a very talented businessman.
She gives you a wink, Zedri. It's like, you're a special one, aren't you? We'll definitely talk about pottery later. That sounds lovely. But
is that an insult?
Insight checker.
check.
Okay.
So Salinas goes up
All
and
right.
whispers in Zedri's ear, "You are flirting with her. You offered your services if Yofredir could not provide them."
Nah,
Yeah, I don't think you're her type, Zedri.
don't pick up insults off of it.
Okay, cool. I'll take my place back with everyone else in our, I guess, oddly jagged line that we're all standing in.
Nice cheer from the floor. Somebody won big. She opens up the vault behind her and just reaches in, grabs out this one bag of coins, jingling pretty good. It's a hefty bag. To definitely a lot of jingles and clinks coming off of this thing, and she just drops it on the table in front of you, Kiesel, with a good crash of jingles. And you just see it just like stops in thought for a little bit, goes back to the vault, and she gets out this tray and sets down a tray of some sort of tokens. Any of you been to a casino before, character-wise?
No.
I think
Probably not.
Kiesel would have, in the many of slums and dives.
Okay.
No.
So for those of you that have been to one before, would recognize that this is some sort of a betting token to use within the establishment. But quick glance, there's roughly 40 chips in this tray. Can't quite tell denomination until you mess with them.
Is there any way we can know roughly how much is in her vault? Just like as a can we see inside much when she opened it?
You can give me a perception check to try and catch a glance while
Yeah,
she's
sure.
got it open.
Be nice to know what her relative wealth in this one area is. Let's see if we can get above a 2.
Wouldn't that be lovely?
Right? Ooh, that's not bad.
Ooh, nice.
21.
A 2-1.
Yeah.
All right, so Vault checks the vault with the 21.
Not I don't want it to be like obvious that I'm like, who's in there? You know.
You can see roughly 4 more similar sized trays of chips on the bottom shelf, and on the shelf above, there's quite a few other bags. You can't tell how much is in each of the bags, but you can see the bags.
Are these?
And I'm quite caught off guard by the flipping tail next to Jeff. I
called him. I added him earlier. I
Jeff's
saw
got
the
a
camera.
tentacle.
Are these tokens to be redeemed or to be played with?
Oh, they're for set you up with a good night of entertainment. Get you set up with drinks on the house for friends of the house, and we'll call the chips a bonus for taking care of things in a clean way. I don't need to send anybody to clean up any messes. Bag's got the gold we agreed upon, 1,000 gold. And if you'd like to stick around, have a good night's entertainment, I will make sure you are well taken care of. Feel free to gamble it in the tables. Try not to win all my money. But I can also get you set up with a private room, if that's more your speed. I'll send in a dealer, or maybe some more risque entertainment if you're interested.
A private room would be lovely, I think. I'd love to play cards with these fellows.
I see. You pay us and then you win your money back. I can't say that. I see what you're doing.
Everything above board. Wouldn't pull anything on you, my new friend.
Well, it's very, very generous of you. And I would like to insight check her because a casino, a fun house, if you will. Been there. Remember that.
Roll away.
Good luck, buddy.
I'm either gonna figure her out right now or have the time of my life.
Yeah. Yep.
No in between.
I'm having the time of my life.
She seems pretty darn genuine that, hey, there's 1,000 gold, spend that however you want, but here's 400 chips. 400 gold in chips. So once you actually get held on, they are $10 or 10 gold a piece. So.
Well, I mean, yeah, no, that's very generous, but I mean, fellas, do we plan on staying here? Maybe we can come back and redeem our tokens at a different time. I'm just not sure if there's anything else on our agenda here tonight.
I think cashing out the denominational cash value, I think that's a pretty fair thing, rather than risking anything.
I mean, I'd like to catch up. With you. I mean, you've been gone. I haven't seen Edry in a while either. I mean, it would be nice to have some free drinks to spend the night in a private room where we aren't at risk of losing any money more than the 400 in front of us.
Cedric,
sure.
give me a strength save.
Oh no.
Rank save.
-1.
Oh boy.
Mhm.
Ooh.
You get a good hearty slap on the back from Honoria. My new special friend here. No, no risk, no reward. Come on, try your hand. That's all good fun. It's free money.
Well, while we debate on whether or not we would partake in the gambling, I think maybe a private one would be good. I mean, it's like Salinas has said, been
Certainly.
6 weeks since we've all really been together, and for Yofri to make such an entrance, I'm sure he's got something adventurous to tell us.
Snaps her fingers. The handsome guard that had let you in steps in, just motions again to place across the hall off to the left side of the casino floor, and offers to lead you over same way as he led you in through the door. You all have a good time. We'll talk later.
Is there a place to get a nice meal here?
Oh, certainly.
I do enjoy
said,
fine dining now and then.
Send in waiter or waitress preference. Kind of just with a wink.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, one of each, just, just so there's a wide batting average.
Fair enough.
Sure.
Does this cost chips to be able to have a service like this? I just want to make sure that
no.
we're keeping everything.
Nope. Take care of my friends.
I want
Indeed.
to like give a little tap to Zedri on his like shoulder the best I can, like kind of reach up. It's a good idea to be frugal in this moment. These establishments are designed to take your money away.
Yeah. Is the tray being carried by someone else, or
The
Kiesel
tray of
could-
chips.
Kiesel could carry the tray with him to the private room.
I mean, it's just 40 chips. It's not a very big tray.
Yeah, it's just...
okay, drifting ever so slightly right next to Kiesel
Hmm.
as we're walking.
Would it be possible to hang back for a moment? Or is it sort of a kind of given a come with us kind of attitude?
I mean, the guy's leading you away. You could choose to not follow. I guess with that question being out there, who follows the guy over to the private room?
Kiesel with all the money.
I will follow Kiesel and Zedri for sure.
Yofrid is gonna follow.
And the money.
too.
I'll probably be right next to Kiesel.
Yeah, I'll just go with them for right now. Never
All
mind.
You're led to a nice room with some nice big open windows that you can see out into the casino floor, but they're one way. Nothing can see back in. It's very heavily tinted coming back the other direction, so that you guys have privacy, that nobody else can see what you're doing in the rooms, but you can see what's going on outside. No surprises, that type of stuff. And short while after the handsome guard walks away, you have a waiter and a waitress stop in. Waiter is young merfolk. Pretty much, you gathered pretty much everybody that Honoria surrounds herself with is quite pleasant-looking people. And yeah, it's a male and a female merfolk are the two the waiter and the waitress that show up and offer to take orders for drinks, food, anything you want.
Like,
Good.
I'll take a small bottle of wine, and I know it's a little mundane, but a fried sunrise would be just wonderful.
I was just thinking of fried sunrise too. Oh man.
They're quite good, aren't they?
I've been in the city for like 6 or 7 weeks, and I think the only time I've had a sunrise is when you had me try it after we were at the temple. But man, I just haven't been getting around to the sun. It's probably for the better, to be honest.
They can be a bit rich.
I'll have something like a mai tai or like a pina colada, or something like larger and fruitier.
As long as it gets you drunk, who cares what's in it? We'll have
The
to
waitress
say,
gives you a nice wink for that one, Kiesel.
I do have to say though, being in this many doors and back in some sort of jovial environment like this does make me a little anxious. But she seemed very certain. What's everybody been up to? Enough of that shit.
Let the rest of them order, Kiesel.
Oh, my apologies.
I'll get
I
a
hear that.
big jug of mead, and if you can make me a sandwich, it's quite a good sandwich. It's made with grilled chicken, has cheese, lettuce, tomato, and a fried egg. I believe they call it a
Betcha.
Hanover burger.
Anything else?
Just whiskey for me.
All right.
I was just if you have any like fresh fruit or vegetables, that would probably be preferred, even if they're like raw, that's okay. And I guess yeah, I'll go ahead and try some whiskey too.
This is gonna
I'll
be fun.
just bring a bottle for you.
Actually, do you all have black tea on hand? Like to be brewed?
Probably can scrounge something up.
If you do have black tea, do you also have ice? Is that something that you're able to keep here, or does it melt very quickly?
Certainly.
If you could get me a cup and brew the black tea, and then pour the black tea in the cup with a bunch of ice in it, and then put like 5 sugar cubes in that would be great. Little strange, I know, but
Okay. Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
it's an
No.
acquired.
No. It's a common order
It is?
from southern part of Vitra.
Somewhere along there.
Yeah. We'll get you set up. Not a problem.
You know, that is probably the best response to one of Kiesel's mad brain orders I've ever seen.
Oh please, the guy that gave me the weird eye for the fried and charred chicken strips was just disgusted for some reason. So she is pretty cool, yeah. But I mean, like I said, what's everybody been up to? Anybody, go out of town?
Yeah, I'm interested in the man with the axe.
Yes, that was quite an entrance.
Truly.
Oh, well, I heard you guys run a job from unis. Kiesel, your directions were a bit rough, but I found the place.
Ah, I bet they were.
The trip wasn't too eventful, I suppose. I mean, it was a cold trip on the boat ride back. Oh,
Even for you.
yeah, it was a bit nippy at some points, yes.
Wow.
The weather was a bit
Jeez.
rough here and there, but yeah, got back home. Everyone was still rebuilding. There was a raid. They took a fair amount of supplies, but when planning a counter raid, turns out the other tribe that had raided us got seems destroyed, or mostly destroyed by a dragon.
Ah,
What?
Well, that's new.
interesting.
What type of dragon
I'm not sure what kind. I didn't see it.
Did it have a name?
did it leave remains? Fire or
Oh,
ice or
remains of the village, I suppose.
was it
Le-
was it burned
Did-
down or frozen or
Till later.
the latter? Okay.
Yeah, it was frozen.
Goodness.
You
Ooh.
didn't put yourself in harm's way at all, right? I mean, didn't you
No,
say that like
never had the
that
chance
was
to.
um isn't that what your dad did?
It is indeed. This talon right here, actually, and he'll pull one of his necklaces out, and it's got a dragon talon, pretty good size.
Is there a way I could do like a check, like a survival check or a nature check, like what type of dragon might freeze things?
Be a nature check.
So, were you able to, if the town was sort of massacred, were you able to get your supplies back?
There wasn't much to recover, but
That's unfortunate.
they're managing back home. They wanted me to stay, but obviously hunting a dragon while it's more than likely mating and hidden away doesn't work out very well.
Sure.
So we'll get back to that at some point.
Well, I'm glad you're okay, and but your town is as well. I know that was important to you.
Yeah, a couple more scrapes, but nothing unusual.
Alfred, have you heard any more updates from your sister?
No, I haven't heard anything back recently.
Would I have heard anything on my trip back about any conflict?
You did not.
Well, on my way back here to Cybil's, I didn't hear anything of any conflict, so suppose that's a good sign.
Yeah, no news is good news.
Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, if there was something to, I guess, worry over, then we would know, or we would have heard by now.
Have you thought about riding back home, Alfred?
I have actually written back home. Haven't gotten anything sent back yet, but
These things take time. A couple weeks there, a couple weeks back.
Certainly.
Did you guys know there's spiders in the sewers of Six Bells?
Yes, there's actually even some potentially more unique fauna down there.
Yeah, I didn't know there
That's,
was sewer spiders.
that sounds truly vile. Let's never go there.
You know, in rebuilding the city, I believe it was nearly 100 years ago now. Some old, I'm not sure fossilized, but some sort of remains of a large number of creatures were sold off to pay for many of the city's expansions.
Huh.
It would seem that there would be more to be found down there. More dangerous than spiders, at least.
Oh, sounds like a
See,
challenge.
the spiders are the problem.
They might be holding the problem back, as it were.
Why would a small spider be an issue? I mean, you could just.
They're larger than
swing
me.
your
Oh
hand.
no! Oh no! He gave me this, and I will proudly show off my scar to everybody.
Well, these spiders sound exciting.
Oh yeah, just a quick sweep of the legs like that, and a quick step up front like that, and a couple wah wah wahs. It was over before it began. Truly.
Please, let's just not. Yeah, no.
Were there any baby spiders? Did they have hair on their legs, or?
Z3, what have you been up to, my friend?
No, I'm honestly interested. I mean, I've studied kind of like the, I guess, anatomy of like smaller spiders before, and I feel pretty competent in being able to take on kind of like a form of them. But when it comes to big spiders, I wonder like what the differences are. If there's
Diet.
like a, well, I was talking more about like the venom or
Oh.
any sort of like markings. I mean, what do they eat though?
I would assume people because they thought I looked quite tasty.
How many were there down there?
There was roughly 5 for smaller, small height, maybe a little bit taller than you, and then a big wolf spider, giant, about the size of Yofridia.
Incredible.
they're all venomous. Is that why your wound is like that?
Yeah, it's kind of like fluorescent. If you kind of shine it in the light, it kind of has this cool effect with the. I don't know, but maybe I was hoping Zedru would take a look at it. To be honest.
Yeah, I can take a look at it. I've actually been studying a lot about all sorts of different like plants and healing because I've been studying at the Temple of Brior a little bit. Not committing any sacrilege, and he looks over at Alfred. It's just I wanted to learn some new things and also see if I could develop any sort of cures or remedies for the situation that Xanathy finds herself in. But
No,
yeah, I can take a look at it.
That's
really
cool.
interesting. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Briora sort of the antithesis to Inverness? Isn't he the god you worship?
Yeah. He's a little more of like has a little more of a temperament, I guess. And Brewer is a lot more of like prim and poised, and those people bathe very well. I haven't been assaulted with such nice smells as I have in the temple. Everybody keeps themselves very well bathed, and I felt very underprepared the first time I walked in there.
That's very normal.
That's crazy that you say that, because I've also been doing some research in this hippy dippy religion stuff, and I found one that I liked.
You're ready to join Infernus's love?
No,
I'm
not.
so happy for you.
I'm glad. I do have a pamphlet though, but no, I was looking into Zephora, the tyrant slayer. She seems pretty cool. If I haven't stopped by the temple or anything. If there's maybe like a major holiday once a year I could stop by in, that would be pretty good.
I was going to ask what you had done with Kiesel, but the way you just described her, that checks out.
I mean, it's the compelled service thing. It's a little, just once or twice a year I can go to the temple and pay my respects or something. I don't know. I'm still learning. I'm still new to this. I recognize some of the names that you've been saying, but just I don't know. This one's cooler, I guess.
Cedric, what have you been doing anything else other than just going to your not your god's temple? I mean, I've only seen you at night every so often.
Yeah, I mean, I balance the temples. So I've been going to the Temple of Infernus, and Alfred and I got to volunteer a little bit, which was nice. Met the one who kind of led it, this guy named Nen, and yeah, it was kind of eye opening to see what the city's kind of going through. I heard that this place wasn't the best, but I realize now that people are trying as hard as they can. It's just really hard. Um, lots of help and services that are needed, but not enough people to offer them.
Oh, speaking of helping, the Adventurers Guild looks beautiful. By the way, I don't know if it was you or also him, but it's just so much more welcoming now. You did a great job. Very beautiful.
I think that was a little bit of teamwork from both of us. But I know that Alfred has also been pretty busy with his confidential project that I will not press on. I understand that there's some secrets that should be kept, but if you ever think that there's somebody who you just really need to tell who could keep a secret for you, just putting it out there, that I think Vault would be a really good choice for something like that.
Oh, dude.
I'm so glad that you have such a vote of confidence in Vault.
It does feel quite nice to be recommended. Thank you.
Your drinks arrived about now.
Ah, lovely.
Blessings of the waves.
I mean, yeah, we can. I'm sure we can keep chatting and planning while we play.
Kiesel, you have to show me how this works. I understand that you're I guess versed in this sort of place.
I wouldn't actually recommend going gambling. I mean,
really,
we just earn this money, and you're gonna piss it all away.
I already calculated it out.
That's surprisingly prudent of you.
We have the tokens. I thought we could just it would be more of like a friendly game between friends.
Maybe, but I just because I do some shady shit doesn't mean that I know where I am for a reason, Bolt. Please, and this is my money too.
No, I didn't mean to insinuate anything about you. And yes, I was talking about the tokens that we were given, not necessarily what we were just paid.
I mean, we could cash them out and just get the straight cash as well.
Would that be rude, though?
Oh, shit. Oh, she's a friend. I'm just a little uncomfortable with it all. Just that's it.
Fair solution is we can do both. I already calculated it out, and Zedri will kind of pull out his little like notebook. If we each have 5 tokens, that means that there should be 10 left over, and we can have a guaranteed amount to go ahead and take with us. Anything else, I think we can go ahead and independently manage.
That seems quite reasonable. Do you know what sort of, I assume, games of chance are available here?
I would assume maybe just cards table. Did I see any spinnies, DM? Were there any
Yeah.
balls rolling? Oh yeah, different, just spinning bet games, all that kind of stuff. Some of them could be very mathematical, if you so choose to partake. So
Good amount of
some of them,
dice, cards. And there's a roulette table.
there's a whole bunch of math games that aren't just chance, that you can kind of think your way through them. W winnings.
DM, can I ask a question mechanically? Regarding the games of chance, is there a way that we would know how our player skills, like things like perception, investigation, etc., would mirror into any local games? Obviously, like without having direct experience in playing them, it may not.
Most of your legitimate games of chance, it's just going to be a straight D20 roll to see how things go, because it's really, there's no skill. That's kind of the point, is they're supposed to be games of chance, because that gets into a different situation when it's games of skill.
Right.
If you're talking more of, like your poker and things like that, where there's some bluffing elements to it, but even then you're playing against the house at most of these types of things. Unless you guys are going to go join a table, it's going to end up being, if you're playing just as your group with a dealer, it's going to be games of chance. If you guys want to play games of skill, you're going to have to actually go out with the public and risk losing to them.
Okay. Thank you.
But the obvious one, if you are going to play something that's got bluffing in it, is deception. If you're going to cheat, sleight of hand, but that's your call.
Oh,
Never.
No.
No.
We have strict rules with House Varheed. We're gonna have strict rules in the casino house. All right.
I don't care what you guys do here.
I don't know if anybody here does, but what if one of the party members had proficiency with one of the Damien sets, like dice or cards? Would that help any?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Cool.
Just, you'd get the proficiency bonus. You wouldn't get the skill check that goes with it, but just the proficiency bonus.
Well, with that, Alfred will take his 5 tokens and head down to some card table.
All right.
I want to go with him and
We could-
watch.
Okay.
That's all.
I'm gonna stand behind Alfred menacingly.
Intimidation check.
I'm gonna carry a glass of wine with me and sip on it. Like,
When Alfred sits down, he will hide his cards from not just the other players, but also from Yelfredir.
I'm just sitting there with a big jug of meat in my hand, like, yo.
I want to sit down at the same table as well, if there's a spot for me.
Did we while we were in the room eating and chatting and drinking, did we split the 1,000 gold as well?
Oh yeah.
are we assuming we've done that?
Okay, so taking 5 chips apiece, leaving 10 chips behind that somebody's carrying, and then splitting the 1,000 gold 6 ways, which isn't a nice even split, but
It would be 166 each, and then I think
oh man, big victory out there.
there'd be 4 gold left in the pot in the community fund.
Okay. If you guys want to add that to yours, I will put the extra.
So 166 per person.
166.
Got it.
Would Kiesel want to hold on to the extra 10 tokens?
I can hold on to it.
As you take him, Zedri will say, I just want to make sure I know that sometimes these games can get a little competitive. My family used to have game nights, and I know it may be tempting to like on a whim, like kind of add to the pot, but those 10 are like the fair split.
Cedric.
Otherwise we have to start.
Zidri, I don't even want to be gambling, so please. I gotcha.
I'm not very fond of gambling, if I'm being
No.
completely honest.
Is there something else that you might want to do? Maybe, we can have you sit at the bar if you don't want to partake.
If there's like dragon chess, my dad used to play with me. I'm not very good at it.
Investigation or take a look for a dragon chess table.
No dragon chess.
Anything
Way
close?
too skill involved. Not enough chess.
Very much, yeah.
Training dealers in dragon chess would not be fun.
Is there an empty table?
The waitress offers that she can either bring a dealer into your private room, or she can get a table set up for you if you guys want to have a table that's just yourselves.
I mean, we can easily ask one of the people who served us if they want to set up a table, and if anyone has a chess set, maybe we could set up, just have somebody else come by and play. See if anyone else would be
it's fine.
interested.
I'll just watch and support from afar. There's lots of nasty tricks that all of my siblings used in order to win, like counting cards and then all sorts of like underhanded like methods, and I just would like to avoid it if possible.
Oh, please!
If
This
you
is.
If you don't want to gamble, you could help me out with something really quick.
Is it above the table?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
nothing. I mean, I'll be right back. And I'm gonna head back up to Maria's room.
Oh boy.
Okay.
My game going.
Okay, so while he's going off to do this, Kiesel and Zedri are having their conversation. Alfred, you sat down to play with two people behind you. Correct? I understood
I'm
that
not
correctly?
sitting. I am not competing at the table. I just want to watch.
Correct.
Yeah, just want to watch.
I'm also making my way towards the table to play with Alfredo. Oh, and also I would have put my cloak and I would have put it to the side, and now it's more of like a red with like a gold trim.
What an impossible joke.
What a sick
All right.
joke.
Alfred, give me a d20.
When you're after Magna
Ooh,
Carta.
let's see.
Win it.
That's not too bad.
House wins.
What's the buy-in?
5, so they make you.
Yo!
I lost all 5.
Oh
You
no!
Your favor will hand Alfred his 5.
I want to give him inspiration on the next roll if he goes again.
Well, see, you have 50.
Oh, sorry.
The
Sorry, you had 5, right? No, you had 50 because they're each 10.
Yeah. Reach 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean 5 gold buy-in. Okay.
Yes, it's
Yeah,
equivalent of 5 gold.
Okay.
A 5 gold
Okay.
chip, which you
Thank
have
goodness.
5 10 gold chips. So you still have 4
45.
10s and a 5.
Yeah. Alfred will quietly curse under his breath, and then
I believe in you, and this is my giving him inspiration.
set it for the next roll.
Yes. But you have that
I'm
big
gonna say,
inspiration.
There's really no way for you to help at a table.
No, this is an
Not a game
inspiration.
of
Remember, you said that
That
I can.
That was the banked inspiration.
Yeah, banked
Like
inspiration.
the
Give it.
Be given away, as long as I call it before the roll. I don't know if you would accept it in this
okay.
situation,
Yes.
but
Yep.
if that's the case,
Yep.
that's where I want to use it.
To win a gamble? Absolutely.
I
What?
would also like to buy in at the same table.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm putting 5 down.
Alright.
Is this just a straight D20 to play?
Yep.
Good luck, Alfred. With advantage.
Oh, baby!
No.
Yeah! Wait.
Oh!
Oh
yeah!
boy!
Immediately kicked
All
out.
right.
Immediately kicked out.
Up to 5.
10 gold
Let's
each
walk up to this table.
on your
Hell yeah!
double your bet. So if there was you put down the 5, you got 10. You're back full, Alfred.
Is this just us versus the house?
No, there's 2 other players at the table too, but they didn't hit 20s. So
Yeah, can I get a read on them? Are they like sweating, or are they just like kind of cool? And
one of them walks away. It's just forget this. They've lost 2 hands in a row. They got a 1 last time, and they got an 11 this time. So
I'll look over to Alfred. My rule is that you play 2: one to buy in and lose, and the second to buy back and then gain what you lost. In my case, I made a profit, so I'm going to go to a different game. And Kiesel will walk up and find a different table to sit at.
okay.
Buy first and then lose, and then you buy 2 and you make back.
That means you're done.
All right, I did it.
Congratulations.
Get up and walk away.
That's the best way to gamble. Just break even.
Break even and leave.
We'll walk up to a table that has the Did Kiesel like describe the roulette table, or
I
or
just
did
called
he-
it like the
You
spinny.
see this big spinny wheel where there's a little marble that's dropping down in it.
All right, Alfred will walk up to the big spinny wheel.
Okay.
All right, one to lose and then 1 to make it back. Alfred's just like saying this over and over again to himself.
Oh no.
Okay, so for a roulette table, it's bet odds or evens, or bet to hit the number. You got to match the number that the table gets. 20 to 1.
50%. Either a
you hit the
50%
number.
chance or a 5% chance.
Yeah. Double your money or 20 to 1.
Alfred will bet on 13.
Ooh. I think it's 5.
All right, there's 4 other people at the table. Somebody else is on 13.
Ooh.
Oh.
You're only betting on 13, or are you betting on 13 and on odds?
Just on 13.
Okay. Yep, there's somebody else on 13. There's a person on evens. There's a person on 16, and there's a person, another person on evens. And ding, 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 ding. 19.
Close.
House wins.
I did it. All right.
Yep.
All right,
Well-
1 to win your money back.
Yeah, Alfred will bet on odds.
Okay. And man, you are good at this. The dealer compliments you as you win your 10 gold back. So you're back up to 10. Still sitting solid with your 50.
He pumps his fist into the air and then he'll walk back up to the room.
Yes.
Yes.
Is
walking
there
with
a,
him.
is there a table playing 21?
That can be.
There can
I'm
be.
looking for a
You
table
can
playing
set up whatever
21.
you want. So
Oh, before he walks up, he'll look for Kiesel to let him know that he's done exactly as Kiesel is instructed.
okay. So for
couldn't be
21,
prouder.
you're gonna roll a d20, but put the +5 modifier on it.
All right. You ready? Or
Let's
what's
see.
the buy-in as well?
Just the 5.
5. All right.
It's the same.
5 gold.
Ooh.
Oh, fuck.
Went over.
Damn it.
Actually,
Let's
do this. Sorry. Do this as a +1 and roll 2 d10s. Because that would be a little bit more accurate to a 21.
Let's see
Actually
if
works better odds than 21 would.
So D20 plus 1, and
no,
then
2
No,
d10s
2 d10s
plus 1.
Plus 1.
DM's being nice. Ooh. What do you do?
All right, so you're showing a 3. Dealer's showing a 4. Dealer automatically hits. Showing a 3. So showing 7 on the board. What are you doing? Stay or hit?
Hit.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
that's
Okay.
correct. That's the correct choice.
All right, so roll a d10 plus 1.
A 2d10 plus 1. Or a d10
No, just
plus-
1d10 plus 1. You're just
1d10.
getting one card. So
I'm goofy. I've played this game before.
okay,
pretty
7.
good.
So you're showing 10, but you're actually at 19. So
I'm good. No hit.
all right, dealer has to hit.
What game is this?
Counting game, 21.
All right, 19's all around. Push.
Day.
The tension.
All right, gonna try again.
Nope.
You lost your money on the front end. Do you want to get it back? Got to play your instructions to Alfred here.
Yeah.
From a like nudge him in the back. Kiesel, do it. You gotta win now.
Oh no, this is my second game.
Wait, you're supposed to win your second game.
You're supposed to, but in a game like this, that's the half the fun is losing because it humbles you, and you know.
Actually, you would win on that because it
I would
took an
win.
extra card, so you would win in that.
And like I said, this is exactly what you're supposed to do.
So, yeah, you win 10 on your 5. So get 5 back. You get your 5 back and win another 5.
Yeah, see.
Kiesel's up 10 gold.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Mr. Moneybags.
Alfred's even.
Well,
Yeah, I did it. I lost my first game, and then I won my second game, and then I lost my first game at this other table, and I won my second game.
similar to me. That is fantastic.
This individual comes up behind you, Kiesel, slaps you on the back, and no, it's not the giant woman. This is it is a large individual, but this is a packadeer woman who comes up, slaps you on the back, says, "Honey, you look lucky. You need to come over with me to this table and blow on the dice."
Oh no.
Oh,
That's
come
very-
on! I
No,
insist.
that's very kind of you, but I would not dare to mess with the, you know.
Give me a strength save with advantage. She attempts to drag you off.
Son.
You have advantage because she
Please
is
fail.
clearly inebriated.
Please fail.
Double
Snake
Jeez. Woo!
Ain't no way.
Oh my god, you're spiking in my paranoia there, dog.
Well, honey, what? Just gonna go over and blow on the dice. It's all good.
No, please. And what if the dealer saw me? Then all of us would be kicked out of this very special establishment. But I appreciate your recognition.
You're
Yeah,
cute. I like
sure.
you.
Oh, I bet. Yes.
You have a good time as she kind of turns with a little bit extra tilt as she stumbles back over to the table.
As she's tilting, I will like hover her hand to make sure if she falls, I got her, but she doesn't. So I'm just kind of like, ooh.
I'm the shooter.
I'll turn to Alfred. That is one of the many fauna that you will find in these environments is inebriated gambling men and women, but they will get you in a whole lot of trouble. So
What does blowing on the dice mean?
I've won some. I made a little bit of a profit. Now people think that I'm, one of the 6, so they want me to give my luck to them, but It's all just chance.
You're having your little chat. You watch. She goes and leans over, blows you a kiss, and then like stumbles, pours a drink onto the table. Ah!
I'll wink at her and twirl my mustache, but that's it.
Know it, baby.
But yes. Just not to get too of you ahead or too into the environment, but before you know it, 7 days have passed, and you've just been, consumed. So, always have a good on head when you want to do a little bit more vicey type stuff. And I'll kind of like, pat him
That
up
was
on
the
the
roulette
shoulder.
wheel just going off. Big winner.
Ooh, nice.
I mean, it seemed like a lot of fun, but I don't think I would come back here.
I'm sure we'll be back, but you don't always have to partake, and that's kind of part of the allure to it. Is it's too much fun.
All right, as you cease your gambling activities, you guys retreat to the private room with your drinks and food.
I'll kind of make my way towards Salinas.
Salinas is.
That's
the
right.
refuge.
Salinas, you were going over to talk to Honoria. That's right. I apologize.
No, this was very entertaining.
Her door's closed. You can kind of see that she's in there, seated. Looks like maybe conducting some business. You can't quite tell, looking through the window.
I mean, I would knock very politely.
Yeah.
Miss Honoria, it's Salinas. Could I have a word with you for a moment?
You boys having a good time out there, enjoying the establishment?
Oh, certainly. I was hoping to talk a little bit of business with you, though.
Oh, I'm always happy to talk business. What you got in mind?
Does she let us in?
Yeah, she opened the door when you knocked.
Okay.
She actually came over to the door.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
Well, I had been recommended by a couple of folks that you might be able to help me. And Salinas reaches into his left breast pocket and pulls out a crisply folded note. Might be able to help me figure out what exactly is going on with this. Enter the note.
Ooh, all super spy-like. All right.
More, you might have a contact with this as I wait for her to open it. This
shit.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What did you get into?
That is a very good question that I would like to find out.
All right. Out with it. What'd you do?
I suspect this is related to a botched job in Averia.
Okay, what kind of job?
Guard transport, unknown cargo. The transport was robbed. I happen to be one of the surviving guards.
All right. You know what? Anything about the cargo or the destination or who hired you in the first place?
Anonymous. We weren't allowed to look at the cargo, and we were headed to. What was that? It was
Sir Sir Sean.
Yes, it was. We were headed towards Sershan, out of the mountains.
All right. Did you make contact with your employer after things went upside down?
No, because we were sort of. No, we were sort of being pursued for a little bit there, so more of a get out the dodge.
Okay. So if I get this right, you took on a job
Correct?
from someone you don't know,
Correct.
carrying cargo you don't know. You got attacked, and then you ran and didn't let the employer know that you took off. Now you're getting a note. Okay, well, this does not narrow things down.
Look,
You
I'm
could
sorry.
definitely have been messing with the wrong person on either end of this deal. I'm
Yeah.
gonna take your word for it. I know you, and you seem like nice people. I'm gonna presume that you would not attempt to rob from your own employer. I hope.
No, I mean, all right. You have to
Looks
understand.
out
This
the
was
door, just trying to check and make sure you guys aren't robbing the place.
you have to understand. This was like the second adventurer's job I had taken at this moment, and I had never touched for it. I was inexperienced, to say the least.
Fair. All right. So, somebody on one end of this is either biggest piece of shit on this planet, or somebody pretending to be the biggest piece of shit on this planet.
Really feel like I shouldn't be here for this. And Zedri's just like immediately behind Selena. This is no, listen, you're talking about like if you know, and like this is all new information to me, and I've been traveling with him, so it's kind of interesting. And Zedri is taking notes as this conversation goes on.
No,
I mean, if you want, I could put some feelers out, see if I can't find something out about this particular job and who might be hunting those involved.
I would appreciate it. And you have maybe a. This is sort of the first time I'm hearing of this mysterious X. If I would also appreciate
that. Is a good thing.
Well, good. General overview of their deal.
They're a piece of shit.
Right, good to know.
About it, they got their fingers in just about everything. I have had my own personal dealings with them in the past. They're not pleasant. I don't care for them. Glad to be rid of them. Not overly excited that my new friends have dealings. But
Trust me, I
Not all
don't
of
want
us.
to be having dealings with this person either.
yeah. Yeah, I imagine we can work out some arrangement. Scratch my back, I scratch yours.
Of course.
Let me see what I can come up with.
All right, and
When you guys are through with enjoying the finer elements of the establishment, stop back up here. I think I could probably come up with some work to make this a fair trade.
sure. And if you need a bit of payment, well, you did just pay me, so I can always.
Always happy to have my money back.
Well,
I have a question, I guess, about this. If you're offering us a job, is there any way that it could be connected back to our name as an adventurer group so that we're able to maybe get a little bit of marketing out there after we successfully complete something for you?
I mean, I can't promise anything, but I got a few contacts over with the guild here in town.
yes, correct.
Yeah, I could probably pull some strings, maybe get something, get you a little bit of credit over there.
Well, it's appreciated. Well, Zedri, now would be the time to ask questions. I didn't invite you here idly.
Yeah, I guess so. I tabled them for now. And he's just like tapping at the notebook. We can go ahead and discuss them later. It's perfectly fine.
All right. Thank you.
I like you.
Well,
A good fella.
if thank you for your assistance in the future while I'm not sure how long I will be in town, hopefully for another extended period. But if you need to call on someone for some healing services, that is a bit of my specialty, and never hurts to have a caster who can mend some wounds, cure some diseases and poisons, and so on hand.
We could never have too many of those. Things go sideways from time to time.
Of course, gives a deep bow and happy to do business with you.
Enjoy this amenities.
Oh, I will. I'm gonna turn around, I give my bow and I'll turn around and head back.
Zedry's out. Zedry's out right behind Salinas. Absolutely.
All right. Vault and Yoferdir watched Alfred do his couple bets and retire. And what's going on? What are we up to? Heading back to the room? Hanging out? Still watching other people give up all their money?
Can I get a read, like, roughly how many people were there in this kind of section of gambling area while I was out on the floor?
Around 50.
Around 50? Oh, wow. Do I, like, just in a cursory glance recognize anyone? I mean, it's a big town. Probably not, but...
Facial recognition? No.
Okay, cool. Yeah, then...
Not going to say there's not people here that you would
Right.
know of, just not
Sure.
people you would have, like, know their faces.
Sure. Yeah, then if there's nobody that seems, like, really noteworthy in that way, then I'll just head back to the room.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd be enjoying the drink. That's free flowing.
They keep bringing you another one as each one ends.
I'll keep an eye on Yoffredier, actually. It seems... I can pull him back when he gets passed
Oh, he's
out.
feeling great.
Excellent.
It's good quality. I mean, your bottle of wine, everything was brought out. It is not the cheap Vegas buffet. This is solid quality alcohol, solid quality food. So, and also not like suspiciously too good, like certain taverns.
I was literally about to. Okay, yeah, cool.
Just the right amount of good, but believable.
Love it. All right.
Everybody retiring back to the private room.
Yeah.
I'll finish my meal there.
That's good.
At this point, it's just basically any further discussion you guys want to have in the private room before Salinas is supposed to check back in with Honoria before you leave. So,
yeah.
Let's see here. We checked in with. We've done some stuff with Kiesel. I've checked in with Alfred and Cedri and Kiesel. Vault.
Yes.
We what were you up to this whole time? I know we went on that one little trip
Other than
together and
yes, the Revenant. Thank you again, by the way, for
Oh yeah, that was
bringing
some
back.
crazy shit.
You know, he
I mean-
quite packs a punch.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting you to just lock leg and.
You know,
I-
it happens. Strong
No, I think
undead.
the Wind District. I think this is like the third time I've encountered undead in the Wind District. So I think there might be like an actual problem to address at a different time. But more of a, what else did you do this
Just
these couple past months?
some simple research, looking into any information regarding the Dreamer or the tavern we've experienced before. Spent some time in the Church of Briora, and I did follow up a small note lead with Jayla, but nothing serious.
Oh, with Jayla.
Yes.
How's that going?
Did you have a date?
Like huge blush.
Oh no, Volt, please tell us.
Yes. I did. I went to speak to her about some information you might be interested in regarding a buried treasure, a kind of long-lost relic or stash. Historical significance, honestly. Yeah.
Sure, that's why we want to find the buried treasure for the historical significance.
Well, she did. The pirate in question did steal quite a bit of the city's resources. Again, we're talking maybe a few hundred years ago, but it's a legend that, if found true, or at least the legend is true, but if the treasure were to be found, it would be quite invaluable. But yes, that I did have some time with Miss Stoneram.
Was it a
Quality time?
pleasant time, or was it less than desirable?
I look around. We're in the private room, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And the door is
you're alone
shut.
at the moment.
And the door is
There's
shut.
nobody in
right?
there.
The door
Correct.
is shut. Okay. Cool. Well, honestly, I tried my best and came up short, shall we say?
Oh no!
Well, you're
God.
always short.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Yes. She does have some work to attend to out of town, which may be for the best at the moment.
Oh, it was that bad. She ran away.
Will it eventfully uneventful? Shall we say?
Did you vomit on her?
Thank goodness no, but my nerves did get the best of me.
Oh
and
no, the toiletries.
No, oh gosh, no. Sweaty palms, can't think. It's just something about that woman just she vexes me. And
Isel, have you vomited on a date before?
Oh, jeez, who hasn't, man? That's just one of the first things that go wrong. If you ever had a bad
I
date,
haven't.
Well, have you been on as many dates as me? Hey, see, look, Zedry's coming back on that.
Yo,
No,
have you
I was
vomited
raising
on
my
a date
hand, but
before?
haven't. No,
Oh.
I was in agreement with you. I haven't.
Well, I mean, there's
of
not much
course he
drinking
wouldn't
here.
vomit on a date. He's a refined gentleman.
Zedry, have you ever been on a date?
Oh,
Hey, so one great
hey.
thing that I did over my 6 weeks is I actually got to meet Volt's dad. It was a very informative meeting. And
What-
Zedry's face was just
what-
red
is
as
it
he
a-
chugs a glass of
And did you
whiskey.
go on a date with him?
Is he hot?
No, Zedry looks over at Volt. I don't want to talk about your father. I feel like that's I'm gonna leave it to you.
Well, I mean, if he's anything like his boy, he's probably,
His name's
Quite-
Adonis, for what it's worth.
oh, great name.
Gilbert is sitting in his chair and he chokes on his meat as he's like, oh, okay.
Well, good for you, Zedry. Just, a little bit older than the crowd, I'd assume, but, good for you for getting out there.
This isn't the first time that this has happened. Things are being misconstrued. I'm not dating anyone right now. No, I think, funny enough, the fact that we're talking about all of these things, Salinas, you've been asking us all these great questions, and I kind of want to put it back on you, but specifically, I don't want to know what you've been doing in these past 6 weeks. Let's talk about the talk that we had with Honoria, because that was, yeah.
Talk with Honoria.
I was hoping that it would be more of a bring Isel back up with me and discuss that later. But
So,
I think that's a good group conversation right now. The fact
no, I
that,
mean, so
and there are some lingering questions in regards to the work we've been involved in today or tonight.
well, I mean, you can go ask her about that. But that kind of like ominous note Isla and I got like several weeks back. Yes, do you remember that?
Sure.
I remember that.
I was asking her to maybe reach out with some of her contacts and maybe try and figure out what's going on.
That seems an interesting choice of alliances. How on earth did you all make such an acquaintance? And also, if I may ask an additional question, why couldn't you tell me who we were working for?
I said her name.
Okay, to be honest, Volt, I told you the truth, but I didn't want to drop her name because in case these guys have ears, the ones that we tied up, I didn't want any sort of traceability. I was just trying to keep more of a low-key profile.
In
And
the future, if it's something that can't be said in front of thugs, shall we say, then
yes.
just let me know and we'll talk afterwards.
I was trying to get to that point, but I see what you mean.
Trust. And
Yes.
shitting where you eat.
This was we shat almost where we ate, to be honest, but that was quickly avoided. But yeah, this is, I mean, I met her for delivering a parcel from the Adventurers Guild, so I don't think she's, not evil or very shady. It's just this, the gambling portion and everything. And but this might be like a friends club, like, because I'm pretty sure if we didn't have access to here, we wouldn't be here. So the other people must have access to it. Then they must be trusted. So
What sort of delivery
and-
did you make, by the way?
it was just a parcel. I made my way through some back end alleys. I didn't really have any trouble, and I dropped it off here. I tend not to ask any questions when it comes to deliveries, just for the privacy of the person who gave out the job. I'm just here to deliver it. I'm not really to ask what's inside it. But we got along, slammed a few drinks, and now I got a friend with a big woman.
And Zedri, in regards to what I did over the past month, did a lot of research and working on my magic. Volt, we should cross-reference if we found anything. If we found anything out about, I did find a couple of interesting notes about the Dreamer that we might be able to compare notes and such.
Lovely. I looked into kind of alternate genesis theories to see if maybe there's an older religious connection to the Dreamer or something along those lines.
I was more trying to figure out how the whole magic setup works with us being in the mind space. I'll show you what I came up with later.
Wonderful. So we're to meet with Honoria, the honorable lass of the establishment, shall we say. What is the business that we'll be doing?
Well, I was sort of planning on bringing Giesel back up there. It was more discussing. She had offered us more work.
Does that seem like a fair approximation of what you've seen, Zedri? You were in the room?
Yeah, I even clarified if it would be able to connect back to our group, and she said that she might have some connections over with the guild, and that was something that she might be able to make happen.
Lovely.
Which, given that I met her through the guild, also reestablishes her credibility.
No, that's fine. I have no moral compunction in regards to a gambling establishment.
Oh, thank God. Okay.
Do you really think I'm that square?
I don't know. We've
Yes.
the parents have been back for a couple days in town, and it's an environmental thing. So I just didn't know what boundaries we could take it to. But if you don't give a shit about gambling, then yeah.
Just don't commit crimes or sully my family's name. It seems rather simple.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're right. Yeah.
Yes.
It is that simple.
Well, if you two need to go, I am getting a bit sleepy myself. I could always
Yes.
hit the hay and head home. It's not that
Yes,
long of a walk.
I was gonna ask if anybody else was wanting to retire back at the estate.
Well, yeah. Let's about the estate is so. It's not going to be a problem for us to be living in your house.
Again, so long as far as I understand it, and with my family being back in town, I'm sure they'll clarify, but as far as I understand this, as long as you do not commit any crimes or sully the family's name, there should be space in House Varhid for everyone.
Cool.
That seems
Well,
a reasonable payment, shall we say? For logics?
Well, I mean, I suppose if you need the rest of us to like do a job for your company and like work off the
Oh, there's
paper
no
or
debt. It's
the
just
board.
don't shit where we eat.
But if your
Yeah,
family
I
was to
heard
be
you.
giving out jobs, though, we also wouldn't be opposed.
Well, we
I
do
mean, that
have
also sounds
received
true.
one application from Mr. Cicatrius, actually.
Oh, Cedri's last name. Yes, Cedric.
I told you that I met Vault's dad. It was about an employment opportunity. I didn't meet him in a date
It
sense
wasn't.
Oh.
like you
It
would meet
wasn't a
mine.
date. Oh,
I'm just glad that we've come full circle now.
that's
That
what I
makes
thought
sense.
it was.
Oh, well, how did the interview go? Did you have like a resume with you? Did you put your resume in like a bunch of pots and stuff and like he opened it like a cookie jar?
Shuffle it around and see if he could guess which one it was in. No, I passed it out like a normal person.
Well, I just okay.
I was waiting for a good format in order to put all of the skills and experience that I have. And whenever we filled out the application of the guild that you wrongfully misspelt, I went ahead and took that and I used it as a kind of template for a resume and I
I
submitted
went
it.
back and fixed the misspelling. My apologies. I was a little anxious.
Wait, every single time I've said Cybil Spear, I felt a tinge of disappointment, but you fixed it?
No, yeah, because I spelled it with an S instead of a C, so I went back and corrected the letter.
How much did it cost?
I mean, it was we're already members there, so it was just kind of more of an administrative, like, ugh, whatever, fine, we'll do it type of thing. You know what I mean?
Oh, well,
Thank you for doing that. That's wonderful. I didn't even realize there was a misspelling.
Yeah, well, it's just so.
Speaking of
It's-
Sybil's spear, we probably should get back and play with that wonderful dog.
Oh yeah.
She's probably asleep. She was asleep when we left.
No, she's probably well fed as well.
Good.
But we should go back and check just in case she needs some more belly rubs.
All right. Last call for games of chance. Isabel, would you? Before we head off, we should speak with your friend again.
Ah,
Correct?
yes.
All right. We'll meet back at the house, I suppose.
Kiesel will finish his sweet tea with the umbrella in it and just put it back on the table and kind of wait to see if everyone clears out. So me and Selena's can have our little private combo.
All right, Yofredir, give me a con save from all your ales before you guys take off. See whether you guys are helping him out or
Bragging.
not. He's all right. Little stumbly, but no worse than the Pachydeer woman. So
He can walk. That's the important thing.
yeah.
It would have been fine.
All right,
You
so
could shrink him again.
Okay.
Vault, you're heading back to the estate.
Yep.
Zedri,
Hedry's gonna go ahead and depart a little bit, and he's gonna go ahead and toss all of his tokens all in on one roulette spin.
solid.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. He's
Where
just
what
gonna
are you
go
betting
down.
on?
He's gonna go ahead and bet on evens.
Let's
Evens?
go.
Okay.
Zedri.
Go.
15.
Oh.
Sorry.
Right. No, he's like, good, all right. And he just walks away, his hands empty of any tokens, any sort of vices, and he's gonna walk out with a weight off of his shoulders.
All right. Alfred, are you leaving?
Yes, Alfred is not going to stop by a table because he doesn't have time for 2 games. There's only time for 1 game, and he doesn't have time for those.
Nice. I like it. Yofredir, feeling pretty good? Nice buzz? I think
Yeah.
you got 8 in you at this point, probably.
Quite a few. Yeah. Just heading back to the house with the rest of the party. Nothing too
Okay.
crazy.
Vault, anything before you walk out?
No, actually, question regarding: do they force us to cash the chips out, or do they even ask? Like, is there any?
Yeah, as you get to the door to walk out, they're going to ask you whether you're still carrying chips.
Yes, I am. I'll disclose every chip that I'm carrying.
And the handsome fellow just points to you to the cage where they do the exchanging.
Yeah.
They don't want you walking out with chips that identify the place.
Yeah, I was actually wondering if they would stop me because might take one, but I'm not gonna try to steal anything. You know. Cool. So I'll just cash all those out. How much gold is that again?
50.
50 gold and chips.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll add that to my loot.
Okay. Alfred, Yoferdir, cashier's in. Said you already did.
Yeah, I'll catch
The
him
hard way.
on the way out.
Edgy just has his hands up as he walks out.
Alpha will cash it.
Okay. All right. You guys walk on. Kiesel and Salinas. Any need for this to be an earmuff moment?
Eh. You want-
That's not
you
an
want it-
answer.
Okay.
Do you want it to be? I mean, we can.
It'd just be a
if-
matter of having Pope take his headphones off and the other three deafen.
No one from the stream can hear this either.
No, they get to hear it. Just pretend you don't
Earmuffs
know.
at home, please. No.
Sure, then if this is a private
Yeah,
conversation.
just let me know. I'll take it
Sure,
off. I'm not
yeah.
against that. Just
Yeah,
message
yeah,
me.
let's do it.
Okay. Best of luck, boys.
Ah, there we go. So we ushered into the room with, what's her name?
Review.
Yeah, if you go over to her office, she'll greet you at the door, same as she did with Salinas. What? Done already?
I'll kind of
Well,
look
I
towards
mean-
Salinas.
Well, I mean, I think a few of our friends have run out of chips already.
Ah, not so
Yeah.
good on the game.
All right. Well, she walks over to her desk and just like leans up against it, sitting on the edge of it. There's a little bit of a creak from the desk as she does this. So, she points at you, Kiesel. You involved on all this X nonsense as well?
Unfortunately, that's
A pity.
you know, very tight to me and Salinas. Been running from it for months at this point.
I'll see what I
What
can
the-
dig up. With the understanding of maybe you can help me out as well.
Sure. I mean, we're friends here, aren't we? And friends help each other.
I have a shipment on the mainland that I need to safely and securely get back here.
Mhm.
Might be a little bit overkill to send 6 of you, but then again, one never knows who they're going to run into, and the Reaper's been a bit of a bother lately.
Are they very big or very no? Are they very sneaky and out of sight, or are they just very small?
Who?
The Reapers.
The Reapers? About as big as it gets for pirates.
Oh. And where on the
Oh,
mainland are you asking?
This be sending you into Baral. The
Oh,
southern
Baral.
part.
Alright.
We've been to Baral.
Is that near Cloudrest?
No. Much further south than that.
Alright.
Down near the Leiden River. Should be pretty easy. Get into port, meet with my contact, pick up the stuff, get it shipped back here.
What
nothing
exactly
big.
would the contents of this be?
Oh, nothing extravagant or crazy, just some pretty
Sure.
fine spirits. Picking up from the mainland, carrying a pretty good value. I have to play to my patrons' interests and likes, and some of the stuff comes at quite the premium. So,
Of course, no one wants to pay an import tax, please. And can I insight check her with that?
yeah,
Because if I believe she's telling the truth, then I'll believe I'm telling
completely
Walt the
get
truth.
not trusting cargo.
Yeah, really.
Oh yeah.
I'm asking questions here, boy.
Seems to be on the up and up.
Okay. Yeah, spirits, alcohol.
Be a
Speaking
12 crates. A ship will probably be carrying some other things into town that are not mine, but job would be to get them aboard, make sure that nobody gets a little bit too curious on the crew, getting into my stash, and get it here in one piece. Dock your pay per broken bottle. So,
all right. I all right. I have something that you might find interesting. Not sure how much more you do outside of the casino, but speaking of the Reapers, ruffles through his kind of handbag, pulls out a case, unfurls a map onto the desk. He circles one and say, "We found this one," and looted it. But for as far as I can see, this marks the location of stashes the pirates have all along the Baral coastline.
Okay, so there's a stash map, and you're saying you looted one of them already.
Correct.
And you're alive, so that's impressive.
And they do not know that I got this.
All right. How'd you come by such a map?
Well, it was almost sort of by chance. We had gotten in a shipwreck, and where we beached was basically on top of one of the stashes, and they had a small guard there at the time, which let us kind of do it incidentally.
Give me a persuasion check.
I'm not lying.
Can I also back them up? Like, yeah, they took me and they just.
Can you give me advantage?
Yeah, it's they took me when I was sleeping, and they weren't very hospitable, but they scared very easy. Nothing really to worry about. And then we boarded one of their ships, in an attempt.
Regardless,
give me a roll.
Do I get advantage?
Yeah, you can.
Oh, that was so shitty. Thank you.
No, a 9 and a 5.
All right,
17, dog. Come on.
Don't want to come across wrong with you at all. I mean, you seem like fine, upstanding gentlemen. This shit looks like it's drawn by a 5-year-old.
No, I get that.
So, don't be trying to pass anything off. I don't want to start a relationship off like this.
If we find more of these maps, then we'll bring you them to verify the legitimacy of them. But
it was more of a I don't know if we have the time or the. We've had this for a little while. I'm not sure we really are necessarily interested in hunting each of these down, but you might have enough resources that might be able to look into these a bit more. You, by any means, it was an offer of good faith.
Very well. All right.
When should we set off for this job? Are we in a few days, or is it?
You have a few days before you need to leave. let
Is
some
there-
of the spring storms die down before heading that way. Could be a little bit treacherous crossing.
Sure,
Oh.
just
As long as you set out in a week, we should be fine.
sure. Is there
That's
going
good.
to be transportation provided, or
Oh, certainly.
excellent? The name of the vessel?
I will get that to you and have that dropped off at your
House
place of
Vide.
residence.
Yes.
I'll make it discreet.
Oh, please.
Appreciate it.
Yes.
Well,
Lovely. Is
feel
there anything
free
else
to
you need?
stop by anytime.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Do keep in mind the passphrase does change weekly, so keep in contact to know how to get in.
And what would be the best way to keep in
Hmm.
contact with you? Because I'd hate to leave on this trip and get locked out of the house.
Yes, leave a note with Myrtle upstairs.
Indeed.
Well, that sounds lovely. Is there anything else you need from us?
I don't believe so. Hope you play a little more next time. Have some fun. But
Yes.
wish you well. Let me
You
know
as
when you're
well.
ready to depart. We'll make sure we have the boat ready stocked.
Sounds good. Diesel?
Indeed. Yeah. Yeah.
And I'll
yeah.
see if I can't track down some information by the time you come back.
Oh, thank you. That would be
Thank you.
blessed. Yes, indeed.
All right, you guys depart.
All right. Yep.
Hey, you guys. Oh, they can't hear. Return.
Wait, hold on.
Returned.
Return to the living. Gonna get
Yeah.
Pope to put his headphones on.
And he needs to look back up at the camera.
I added everybody in the Discord like an obnoxious monkey.
Hey there.
All
How'd it
right.
go?
Secret talk.
They catch up with you, and you guys all head back to the estate. And
Because we
I
have to
feel
stop
like
and
we've had
cash
a-
out. Stop and cash
well,
out.
yes,
chips
you will
real
have to
quick.
cash out your chips before you can get out. But yeah, you guys all head back to the estate. Turn in for the shortened evening that you have left. And that is as good a place as any for us to stop, unless there's any last minute conversations that anybody else wants to have. If there's any conversations amongst the four that left while the other two were in talking to Honoria. Hearing none,
I think we're good. I'm
bang the
good.
gavel and say, that's a wrap on tonight's tale.
Oh yeah.
Woo! Congratulations.